an old, it's a tiny Sega with all the most popular Sega games, and Altered Beast is on it, and I think it's like 400 krona or something like that. It's not bad, and you get 2 Sega controllers with it. I don't know. I just went nostalgic today.
Gotta get the A team's downtime things here.
What consoles did you have as a kiddo? Halldamir?
Oh god.
Very young.
I
Man.
personally had PlayStation. Like
Me too.
the first one.
Remember that Halldamir is 18 years old. You know, he was born like in the year 2000, so
No.
he doesn't remember any of
It
it.
is
18?
not true.
He's younger than my sister.
No, I am 21. I can
How old
drink
is
in
my
every
sister?
country.
I have known you since
Hello.
you were like, wait,
No.
when did we meet?
We've known each other since 2011,
Oh my god.
so it's been 6 years.
He was
So
like
you've
12.
known me-
Yeah, I was like 12. No, it can't be
If
6
you-
years. No, you were like, wait.
No, 2011.
16.
When
Were you
was
16?
when was Star Wars: The Old Republic launched?
I don't
You know,
know.
I just had one of those moments where that shouldn't be that long ago, but it's really long ago.
It is. It's.
Like, my god, that's like in my adult life too. It's like,
Yeah, it was
Fucking
released.
old.
It was released
God.
Christmas 2011.
Um,
So we've
So
known each
I
other
did- I
since
didn't start-
early 2012.
my
early 2012. That is
my old.
5 years still.
5 years. That is upsetting.
I think it's
5 years.
cool.
How old? Wait, you were.
I was 16.
16. Yeah, you were 16.
Oh my god, you were so young, Halldamir.
Yeah,
I was
so young.
I was young too once.
You
Yeah.
don't know. I know. I
I
know.
too once was young.
There's video proof of me being young
Aw.
in this case.
My older brother had the first Game Boy in a Game Boy suitcase.
Oh, yes.
He had that one.
Oh.
It was amazing. I still have it to this day,
There's
and it still
pictures-
works.
There's pictures of me at my nan's flat, of me just in the background on like the stairs, looking down on my Game Boy because I needed the light from the hallway light so I could see the screen.
We with the suitcase, you got this thingy you could put on the screen, and it used 4 A batteries.
Yes.
You put in, and then you turned on, then there was light on the screen.
Oh my god.
It was literally like a flashlight over the screen.
You know, that
it
one?
was, yeah.
I still have that as well, and it's still working as well. Everything in this Game Boy suitcase I have still works to this
The
day.
amazing thing
The
is, you take
nostalgia.
that technology and then you just say, what if things hadn't become like it is today? And that's Shadowrun, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like those sort of, I'm sure you can get like a light for your cyber deck that takes batteries that you fucking hook on there.
Oh, it was AA batteries.
Yes,
Everything was
just to
freaking
be- just to
AA
be
batteries.
ridiculous.
You know, it's not until this day that I found out that if you take an A battery and use what is it called? The metal.
Scissor?
I don't know, the metal paper thing you use to wrap food in.
Tinfoil?
Aluminum foil?
Yeah, if you take that and make little balls out of it, and then use that in the room that doesn't fit in the battery, then the battery works.
I said aluminum instead of aluminium.
It's aluminium.
I've heard both.
It is
I don't
aluminium.
know.
No.
How-
There's different spellings. The Americans spell aluminium aluminum, but we have extra letters.
But it is, the actual name of it is aluminium, though.
Yeah, we spell it.
It's like you can call iron like donkey filth, but it's still called iron though. It's still
Yeah, we have the proper spelling, as in from.
I don't.
It is the
I don't know.
natural name, the true
I've
name.
I've just heard both, and I don't know.
Aluminum.
It's
That's
like apartment
aluminium.
buildings, you know?
And this
like
is
words that mean
aluminum.
the same thing for whatever reason.
It's just the I. Aluminum is the American
Transparent
spelling,
aluminum.
but the extra I is aluminium.
I just remember Scotty saying in Star Trek once, transparent aluminum.
Yeah, but he was an
Well-
American saying it, not a Scottish.
No, he
person.
was Scottish. Come on.
No, no.
Are you telling me? Wait.
The
Wait
actor who
the
played
phone,
Scotty
bitch.
in, you know,
Star Trek, so old.
I remember my
You should
brothers.
watch that. You should watch those Star Trek movies. They're good movies, damn it. They're good, fun, weird sci-fi
It's a
movies.
movie, Jonas. I'm never gonna
I
watch
watched the Star Trek movies before I understood English with my brother.
You
What
suck,
Scotty are we
Manaki.
talking about? The
What?
original series?
I have prompted you to watch movies that you have said you have liked a lot. You need
Yes,
to
but
watch
Star Trek
movies.
doesn't sound like the other ones.
Jonas, are we
There's
talking...
no post-Soviet submarines.
Are we talking the original series or Star Trek
Because
Continues?
technically, it is post-Soviet.
Which Scott?
The what? Which Scott?
There's two Scotty. There's three because Simon Pegg
See,
played Scotty.
you call him Scotty because he's Scottish.
Oh, that's what it
It's
is.
that kind of movie.
That was the joke. Yes.
Yeah, that was the whole
I
thing.
call him
Okay,
Scotty.
the original
It's like
James
the doctor
Doohan.
was called. The doctor was called Bones.
It's fine. It's not racist when it's white people.
Okay,
You know, when you think
The-
about it, it's kind of like Shadowrun names.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
in the original series, the guy who played Scotty was James Doohan, and he was Canadian. Then in Star Trek Continues, it was played by Chris Doohan, who was also Canadian, and then finally, in the most recent films, it was played by Simon Pegg, who's English. There hasn't been a Scotsman who's played Scotty.
You know, they're getting closer.
Canadians technically have an American accent.
Geographical, they're getting closer. The
Yeah.
Canadians have the Canadian accent. It can
They
be.
do have
But
a
it's
Canadian accent.
American, right?
But
They're
wait,
from
French Canadian
closer.
or
so.
English
It's closer
Canadian.
to American English than English English.
Hell, I mean, you can't call them colonials anymore. That's you're beyond that. at this point, honestly.
They're part of the Commonwealth. God damn it!
Oh,
God save the Queen. But I said God save the Queen.
I've completed Death Road to Canada twice. I'm so happy.
I would like to visit Canada. I've never been.
We'll go one day. There we
Canada
go.
seems to be a delightful place. It's like Scandinavia, but Scandinavia but American.
Yeah,
It's American Scandinavia. That's Canada.
people very
Scandinavia.
much closer by though.
My grandparents moved to Canada to live there with some other Danish people in Vancouver.
Okay.
Yeah. Then they lived there, and my mom was born there, and lived there for a long time.
Fair enough.
I want to speak French. If I'm...
They took a train, and they had a card around their neck that says, "Hello, this is my name. This is where I'm from. I don't understand English. This is where I'm going." Huh?
And they're that's embarrassing.
That is
They had a card around
If
their
you
neck
saw
that said,
people here,
Are you
here with
telling
that,
Are you telling me that they took the midnight train going anywhere?
"I don't know."
Is he
Was
just
there
a
a
city
singer in
boy?
a smoky room? Did they smell wine and sheep perfume
I don't think so.
Let's see here.
for a smile?
40
Shadow Knight.
songs.
It was pretty cool because my aunt met her husband there because my grandparents basically became known as, this is where if you're Danish and come to Canada, just go to these people and they can show you how the things work. And that's how my aunt met her husband, because he was what's it called? He was a pilot, I think it was, in the army, and he had so shiny shoes. And after she saw his shoes, she was sold.
That's how you hooked up back in the olden days.
You know, they were married until death to their part.
I thought I was smart and was gonna make a joke about your reference, so I googled for what you said, and I just found the Wikipedia for the page of list of train songs, and there are way too many. I can't. There's so many
all the
songs.
train songs.
It's "Don't Stop
Oh.
Believing" by Journey. Okay,
Don't
that's the
stop.
song.
Journey was a fun game.
Man, we should really do another
Yeah,
Let's
it was
Play where we just sing a lot. Horribly. And then we'll get all of
Sure.
the horrible comments and it'll be
It
great.
needs to be a Let's Play where there's a lot of lulls, so we can just derp out.
Yeah.
See a song like this. This is what you were into when you were young, probably, Jonas. Terror Train by Demons and Wizards.
No, Jonas was into
Oh, no,
Bach.
that sounds pretty good, actually.
That does sound pretty cool.
It wasn't a joke. I think that's so like corny 80s, like with that like sort of weird, whatever rock people looked like back then.
Whatever.
They had
You know,
that
like the
huge
crazy hair,
hair.
crazy hair, and like
They had that
face
huge-
paint,
They had
tight little pants, and guitars.
Everyone looked like either
David
like
Bowie back
yeah,
in the,
either like
in the library.
Yes.
Librarian.
everyone looked like either David Bowie, Alice Cooper, or
Hippie.
Oh, Alice
like
Cooper.
Motley Crue or something, you know. Or a Twisted Sister. There you go.
Yeah,
but they're almost like parodical in their hard rockiness, you know. So it's a parody at that point.
Oh man.
But they're really good. Good stuff.
I like some of their songs. I haven't.
Oh yeah.
Those I've heard I liked.
Van Halen? Oh, they're great.
Oh, Van Halen, yeah.
And here comes the joke. Here's a song for your youth, perhaps. My wife's gone to the country. Hurrah, hurrah. by George Whiting and Irving Berlin. Published 1909.
No. The songs of my childhood is basically a lot of Dire Straits and Bon Jovi, because that's the stuff my parents listened to, and like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Listen to Bon Jovi.
I got.
I think I heard that name before.
I got hooked on Pink Floyd because of my older brothers.
Oh sure, Pink Floyd.
Yeah. Bon Jovi.
You are the oldest man, Manaki. You're so old.
This music is too modern for me, honestly.
Books. That's basically, you can't.
Pink Floyd and of course Alice Cooper.
My mind was young. We were writing books in monasteries.
Manaki, I believe that if you read too fast, your soul will leave your body.
Jonas, I need audio books, man.
Can you get my sugar eggs?
There wasn't any on the site I linked? Or
no, it's just stupid audio drama shit that's like 10 minutes long and it's over. I want hours, man. I don't know. We'll find it at some point.
We'll find it somewhere. There's stuff out there. We just need to dig around.
I'm not good at that. You're the digging around. So.
I know. You need to practice your Google Foo, man.
Man, I used to be good for diagnostics, but that was pretty much it. Anyway, we've got a session to run. We may not have a dark, apparently.
Well, it's 1 minute left.
Is it? Oh, we've got a dark. Yes. Holy shit.
He's on time. Just on time.
I on the dot.
What is wrong with my clock then?
What is that? What's that avatar?
Like
what is that?
He's always like that, man.
That avatar is an edited version of Dark Pit from Kid Icarus.
A lot of that went past me.
Oh my god! And it does the fucking pilot salute thing. Oh, I hate it.
Pilot salute thing, huh?
I think Dark is just trolling me with his avatars.
It's possible.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I need to close some PDFs.
It's kind of like how Grimmith showed up with horrifying avatars.
Mm-hmm.
Because your reactions are sometimes better than me having the avatar in the first place.
Oh man, those cat boys and whatever else you dig up.
You know, anime has some weird shit.
Oh, I know. Oh, I've seen it.
For some reason, my computer wasn't set so that the time was set automatically, so I was 3 minutes early. What?
Okay.
Jesus.
Did you live in the country where time is decided?
It's true. I've been to Greenwich where there's a line on in the courtyard that's like +1, +0. You can jump across it, time travel.
I've seen a picture.
No, technically the prime meridian is only correct for the UK.
Yeah, apparently that's actually not directly on, like, the time zone shifts, so it's off.
No, that line is technically right on the prime meridian for the UK.
For the day? Oh.
No, for the UK. The problem is, because the Earth is a perfect sphere, if you try to map out the Earth as a sphere, you have to use a model that is a perfect sphere.
Yeah,
which means, depending on where you are, you use a model. The US's model is different, which means all the general ones you see all have it off by about 100 meters.
Nice. Ours is beautiful.
Science!
It's great. It's like this whole thing as well. It's cool.
Yeah, if you get a GPS that's actually made it in the UK, it will probably line up.
Yeah, you should go there one day if you get the chance in the UK. Go to Greenwich.
I would like to have like a metronome, you know, one of those little like clicky ones.
Oh yeah, you can get those in a music store.
I know.
Why do you want a metronome?
I don't think it's cool.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
That would have been really good for when you were playing Zacharias and you cast Time Stop.
Yes.
Put it right next to the
Start
microphone.
that and click.
Yeah.
Click. That would be pretty fun. Yeah, I like that.
Damn, so late. Next Pathfinder, I'll play a character that can do Time Stop That'll be it.
That'll be a long con for that thing.
I mean, technically, with the wizard time study, you can get it at level 10. You can get around a time stop.
You know, we'll figure out a way. I'm sure. Hírandor learns time stop somehow. On that note, though, shall we start? Maybe. Or have I lost connection to the call?
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hi? Yes, hi?
I don't know what happened with our call then.
Did something happen to the call?
I don't know. I was talking and nobody was saying anything.
No, it's just we ignored you.
Do we have Manaki and Tina still?
Hello?
They might be getting popcorn or something, I don't know.
Hello.
Oh, maybe.
Gina's feeding the turtle. Almost forgot. I was not okay with that.
The turtle was like, hey, fuckers.
Yeah.
He's like
CEST,
chewing,
man. Just don't even
chewing the walls and shit.
don't dare. Ah!
I still want
Our
to.
last member has arrived.
Yeah.
Is she
I'm
around?
right on the dot.
He's
Oh,
around.
there you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He's
cool.
here.
It's cool.
How can we just contemplate a run without our hacker?
It's
Like,
true. It's true.
Honestly, I
Who's gonna
certainly,
put fire doge in all the system?
you know, it would be dangerously impossible first, and then I also think that Azure Web is a character that is worth having around because she's interesting. I'm looking forward to her transformation into some weird god machine.
How is my Doge?
I'm going to try stopping it.
What? My Doge has transcended.
Your Doge has transcended?
Oh.
It's
Oh,
in
his
the
doge
L
got
column.
hacked.
I can't get it out of the L column.
Stuck there forever.
It's there forever.
He lives there now.
Look at it. I can't. It
What are you
won't.
gonna do?
It will always
at
be
him.
there now.
It's just like it's just there.
I can't help you. I can't help you.
Forever
Yes.
Doge. I'm gonna insert a row.
Doge has infected.
Oh, you have a fair bit of
Doge is
heat
left.
spread out everywhere.
Oh, Doge has gone back to its own home.
Malachi, that's your fault.
What do you mean?
What do you mean coming in looking at our sheet? Oh, you have a lot of heat apparently.
Well, I had been looking at the B crew sheet for some time now.
Let's make sure they gain heat in the factions they're currently highest with.
I also like if you look at Shoe Warriors sheet, it's like her body, everything is maxed out like in close combat, and then everything else is 1.
Yes.
It's just
Yeah.
that's where it's gone.
Well, it makes sense.
She
Yeah,
has a
that's-
thing she does, and that's the thing she does.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Well,
I
it's
was
like
like-
me, really.
I
Apart
was
from.
like, did I do something wrong?
Oh,
It's like
No, it's
my
just-
B team character though.
we're just very specialized. Oh, this. I can't click on others.
What?
I can't click on my sheet.
Why?
I think that page has crashed.
Oh,
Maybe that page
really?
has crashed. It's not crashed for me.
I'm here, just
Yeah.
fine.
No, I can't even close it down. Help! There we go.
No.
It's all that stuff here. Those
Someone-
80 songs you're downloading.
No, I modded it. You know, it's the thing with I tried to run New Vegas. It's a mods, and you know, it's terrible. It's unstable as all hell. And I need to figure
Oh.
out what mod makes it unstable. And it's the
Tell
detector
me
mod.
about it, sister.
It's like
preach
half
it.
the enjoyment of Bethesda games. It's just
No.
figuring out how these damn mods. I sometimes install Morrowind, mod it to hell, and then just
Never
uninstall
play
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've done that. I've done
Oh,
that a
yeah,
few
I've done
times.
it too. Yeah, no.
Because at the time when I'm done modding, I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
About this
yeah.
game.
I did that with
I-
Skyrim.
I've-
But it's really fun modding it.
I've deleted New Vegas and Skyrim out of hatred because I couldn't get a mod to work. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll delete everything.
I modded in a companion, but he didn't have a face, so he just had eyeballs and a mouth floating
Oh,
where his head was.
no.
It was pretty terrible, and I don't know why. And then it crashed. So
Oh my
you
God,
made him
I-
equip a full helmet, and there you go.
Oh my god, I made Manaki as my companion in Skyrim, and when I was done, his pigment was basically he looked he looked like he was so pale that he looked like he was dead. And I was like, that's not normal. And I went in and looked. I did everything right, and then I found out that apparently there was I had to open up the what's it called? That think button you push and then you write codes in.
The console.
Yeah, I had to open the console to fix pigments in people's faces. It was so stupid.
Oh, so silly. I can recommend the End Realm Total Conversion now. A whole new game, basically. Get some good use out of your Skyrim. Regardless, though.
Special edition Skyrim?
I don't think so. Don't think it ever will. But
anyway, we have a thing to play.
We do, and it is ever so long ago since we spent time with these characters.
I've missed twice.
Back to the A-team after a very long sort of, every show gets that time when it's just a few fillers in a row. And we certainly have had that with the B team now. But we're back to the A team. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be nice. And last time, as I'm sure you can remember, because I left the drawing here, you had a mission to defend Sophia Starlight.
All right.
Yeah, I remember that.
She was going on concert. She had a bit of a stalker, and well, you expertly defended him. Defended her, that is. Him you helped explode.
Plot twist.
Yeah, I tased a
spoilers.
guy forever.
Yeah. Beyond that, you also found out that apparently Azure Web has a bit of a stalker now. A broken Matrix personality, not happy with her taking over everything that was his. Stalking her through the web, and apparently also there are some techies, and whatever mysterious group they're part of, looking for this entity for whatever nefarious purposes they might have for it. You met one of them, and Vice probably tased him, and tased him again, until you ended up delivering him to the security forces. Protecting the place, because I think you said you didn't want to antagonize them too much by keeping him yourself.
Yeah, and if I remember rightly, it cracked Jonas up. The fact that I tased this big scary necromancer.
It was so funny. So funny.
Very Vice thing to do. Just tase people.
Is.
I like that you're like, no, this person, he's in so much pain, and I don't know why.
And they all believed it.
And while you're saying that, it's very obvious you're pushing the tase button.
Yeah, I'll just keep on pulling the trigger, like... Oh my god.
More. Yeah. At the end of it, Mr. Sitzlan of Ash Technology said that you'd done him a bit of work here. And actually, he wanted to hear if you wanted for a sort of to do a longer bit of a contract. And you agreed. He wanted you to help him help the city, so to speak, by making Renbraku and Evo beat each other up. He would very much like that, and he thinks that your group is perfect for him to sort of puppet you around to make that happen. He would, of course, in return, pay you handsomely for each individual task, and of course, at the end, when the whole task was done, that is where the real money comes in. Yeah. It has been some time since your last mission. You generally take a bit of a break between them. You are, however, just expecting him to call you and brief you and set up a meeting for you where you can get the details on whatever the first step of making Evo and Renraku fight each other in Berlin will be. First, though, you have a bit of a downtime period to get better, because even though you did expertly last mission, it still took a bit out of you to do this, deal with this Shadowrunner, who apparently was sure that Sophia Starlight was his old partner, somehow turned against him and by Ass Technology. he's dead now, so no worries.
Oh yeah, I got blown up if I remember.
Yeah, so I think we should begin with a little bit of downtime, if you guys agree. Y'all agree?
Yeah. Sure.
Hi. I don't think Dark wants to produce karma. It's just a feeling I have.
It tends to be something most people want to do. As it turns out, you're all scoundrels and general scum and villainy. Hence why you indulge in your vices so much.
Hey, I was
It's not like that Dark uses his karma at all.
No.
No,
It's like
never.
he almost never uses it.
Azureweb is ambitious. She pushes herself to the limit, but she
She's
accomplishes
crazy.
things
She's
She
fucking
laughs. She
crazy.
laughs evil in their
in
face.
the face
She's
of
like,
danger.
I mean,
Yeah, I
I
love it.
literally fought off both a technomancer and a basically AI.
She's like, Dragonsteel. I do that every day.
People on the web know about her.
I don't think. Have you done a Dragonsteel?
What?
Yes, I did one Dragon's Duel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was
then,
one
yeah.
last beating
I was just
session.
like, I'm the real dragon. Oh my god, you're the mother of dragons, aren't you?
Anyway.
Nice. I want to reduce karma.
Yeah, it sounds like you certainly have an idea of what you want to do. So let's have you have your character indulge in your vice by going online and being like, yeah, so those tech dudes, yeah, we fucking taste one. So As Technology has one now, and yeah, what's up with that? I fucking beat him in his own game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gloating about basically fighting off a pseudo AI. Just like, yeah, I can do that. Good problem.
And look at
Okay,
that.
and now I want to do a long-term project, Manaki.
Cover 4 karma. Yes, and
Getting
you want
ice
to do a long-term project.
like an ice cream machine.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
long-term project in question is to examine and preferably return my cyberware to normal.
examine and repair cyberware.
Because
Right.
kind of a technomancer.
Since you don't really know what's in there, examine might be the first. Maybe repair is a bit of a bad word for it. Maybe
Diagnose.
Yeah, maybe diagnose and disarm.
Whatever you think would be the
Disarm?
correct way of putting it.
Excuse me?
Like because if it's dangerous, you basically want to know what it is and make sure it doesn't mess with you, right?
How many clock pieces are we talking, Manaki? 8?
Oh, yes, definitely.
This is my third 8 project.
You're doing difficult things with your life.
Apparently so.
So
Well-
how will you begin with this? What's the first step to dealing with this issue?
Well, actually, given it is cyberware we're dealing with here, and the first step would be to just examine it thoroughly. She wants to go ahead and get in contact with attrition, and then meet up with some of her friends, and essentially look into her cyberware itself on the electronic level, see code-wise how it's acting right now.
Sure. Using attrition, you get a bonus die.
Yay!
She's friends with you enough that she will certainly help you, and also think it's super cool and interesting.
Mhm. Nice.
Look at that. That is, I believe that
3
is
clock pieces.
3 steps. Yeah. All right. That's fairly useful. Fairly
Okay.
useful.
And I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do some more work, I think.
All right. You're gonna pay to.
Mhm.
Shill out that coin. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
It's pretty fair.
1 cred. What do you want to do with that?
Well, given the current situation here and all, actually also knows quite a bit about engineering, the actual physical side of hardware and how that is. So perhaps instead of now looking at on an electronic level, assuming if she can work side along attrition again, she will, because it makes sense. Attrition's there.
Yeah. Sure.
And basically have a look inside and have someone take a look at it and look for any actually changes in the hardware itself if there are any. because that seems something that could be a worrying problem.
Sure. Yeah. All right. That's a bit. Get some street doctor to sedate you and open it up. Stick around in your brain a bit with a fork or whatnot.
Between me and Trish, we know some people.
Yeah, just poke in there.
5.
All right, that is 2 steps. Yeah.
That brings me to 5 out of 8 diagnosed now.
So far, to give you a little bit of information to give you some payoff on it, there has been both modular and software changes to it. It seems to have been updated quite a lot with a lot of programs that don't really play nice when you try to examine them. They certainly are not like the standard stuff, and they certainly don't even seem to be made for your kind of cyberware. They're sort of a spyware, malware sort of thing, and certainly seem to have the possibility of being activated remotely. It's like remote access to your cyberware that could potentially take control of everything, since you have a cyberware in your brain. That would include just shutting off your personality and taking over the body. So, though it seems to not have been completely installed, and there certainly seems to be a lot of fragmentation in there and such. Yeah.
Worrying, this is yes.
Another interesting thing is that it seems that whatever software has enabled the hardware to move in some fashion, which is not something that generally happens, right? But yeah, it seems to have twisted about a little bit in there, though for whatever reason still is unknown. You probably are glad your arms are not cybernetic, for example.
Mm-hmm. She warrior.
Or your spine. Or
right.
It seems to be similar to what happened to the people you saw in the underground facility, though to a much milder degree, probably because you weren't connected for very long.
Mm-hmm. That is worrying.
Mm-hmm.
Alarming, you mean?
Should you connect, and should whatever host is looking for you find you, they can continue the process of their updates and whatnot.
It's those zombie thingies we saw, right?
Okay. Given this, I think Ashley really wants to finding out the results. Like, she's going to push a bit more money to try and make a bit more progress.
All right. Sure, that makes sense.
Can you?
This is worrying. Okay.
Sure. Shill out some more money to get more expensive gear and experts and whatnot.
As technology is all about as technology does a lot of stuff with cyberware, doesn't it?
No, nothing basically.
It will say if
they do magic and burgers.
Oh no, it was Renraku, wasn't it?
Renraku does a lot. They are the hardcore computer cyberdeck production company.
Dark, I will say if Chua were to know that you're getting help, she would totally give you a crit.
Okay, you want to pay? You want to pay for this one?
Totally.
You might ask Evo, because we have decent contacts with Evo,
yes,
and they do a lot of that stuff too.
Yeah.
Well, if Ashley came to Chua and says, "I find out, but I need some help with it," Chua would be like, "Take this. It will help you."
Yeah.
That bitch owes us a lot.
Mm-hmm. She is a bitch, but still, it's a crit, so she can make another turnabout to do something about this.
Yes.
But
My idea here, then, Manaki, is so Ashley knows a decent bit about bureaucracy.
Sure.
So with the contact help from Evo, but essentially getting herself in with a meeting with a professional expert on cyberware, going through the paperwork and getting herself basically a private solicitation to have a look over it and at work.
Yeah, that makes sense. You get a bonus die because you have a positive contact in Evo. Mm-hmm. And she certainly will help you with this minor thing. Sadly, it doesn't get you very far. It gets you one step. Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
That puts me 2 away from succeeding, which
2 away from
almost
finishing this. Yeah. Disarming it.
I can do it. We kind of want that gone, right? I think that it feels fairly crucial.
We don't know when it will trigger. Is the problem? We don't know when it will trigger.
Yeah,
She's just being driven around right now in cars, like thrown into one lap and like digging her brain.
I would also say that the fact that the group saw what she can turn into, because we've seen those things firsthand.
Yeah.
So I think we will all be like, fuck.
I'll throw a cred your way if you want to try to.
Sure. I just need to think of like another way I can use my skills to get me an advantage here. At this point. I've used all the obvious ones I see.
I mean, you can always go to just like a blank, right, and just do something that you're not very good at and roll shitty dice, but
True.
It's of course never really something you want to do if you can avoid it.
I mean, what do we have here?
I shoot myself in the head.
Like, I've used my electronics, I've used my engineering, I've used my
maybe there is a maybe there is a computer like what do you call it? Computer fair? No, convention going on.
Oh, definitely.
Or something, and maybe there is a specific local expert who's going to be there, and you can maybe stealth your way in and consult him. See?
Aggressive consultation tactics.
Yes. Listen to me.
I have installed a kill switch in your brain.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now listen to me very carefully.
Perhaps something like that could be possible. Perhaps even the security of that could be coming from Norbert, from like the law enforcement, so they could,
Sure, he's reluctant, but if you can do it without hurting anyone and making the job easier, the cred there you spending on that might go to a little bit of bribe to make his boy's life a little easier there when you meet them at the fair, because they're gonna get some shit after this. But if you can,
we donate to the Christmas fund.
He appreciates it. A 4 is 2 steps.
That completes the track. An 8 track done in 1 week.
Yeah, you have been busy. Saying that you've been busy is like an understatement, right? Because 2 is what you can reasonably do, sort of by yourself. Then each cred here is spent hiring people, like getting you extra fast transportation, like having people do part of the work and such. You're basically being running like a surgeon computer lab.
I feel like Jonas has been driving me around in a helicopter.
Yeah.
We do have the helicopter. It's true.
So there's been a lot of stuff with that for you. Yeah. However, in the end, the final report that no one else really has the full part of because it's sort of patched together from a lot of different people. Turns out that this seems to what they have installed here is rather amazing software that allows your data jack basically to connect directly with your brain, allowing someone to install programming into your mind. Say, perhaps this is why Frackmeister was so intrigued by the possibility of jumping in you, because he would have been able to copy himself on top of your personality. It is something that is made by someone who wants to override who and what you are and make you who and what they want you to be, basically. This is very advanced software and seems to have been written for you. Whoever installed this, has had immense computation power to do this, and could work incredibly fast and incredibly well to write this stuff. Like, it is beyond what people generally do by far. Yeah. Beyond that, with that knowledge, you can basically remove it, put it on a floppy disk or whatever you want to do with it, and clear it out of your own system. You can of course just crush the thing after you clear it out, right?
Yeah, she will go ahead and basically have, she'll keep it because of course it's a great gloating right to have say you've got it. And then erase it from her brain, and then make sure all the security on her cyberjack is back in place properly. Sure.
Yeah. This would have taken an immense computer system to do. It's not something a Decker could do. It's
well, a Decker jacked into a powerful enough system could, but
If very good Dagger powered into an immense system, yeah. But they would have to operate very quickly because you really weren't connected for that long. And as they have done something that's very... I mean, it's in a way brute forced, right? It's supposed to just override whoever you are. Beyond that, it also seems to suggest that it could have like other... It could program your immune system, like change your like by releasing like... making your cells produce little viruses that changes the DNA in your body to, like mutate you, basically.
It's the literal
incredibly powerful
virus.
Malignant piece of software.
Imagine if we sold this.
Technovirus.
The money.
It could potentially even you could probably sell it on the on Shadowland for a little bit of payback.
We could, but Ashley won't allow that.
All right.
No,
it's like me selling the Deus data. It's like, no.
If you remember before, Ashley went through so much work to stop what happened over there. She's not going to sell this thing.
Think of the money, though.
Think of the money.
Speaking of money, by the way, she's going to bank 2 cred.
Right. Sucker friends paying for her. Yeah, so you guys have not really seen her much for the last time
You
here.
know, 2 warriors said to get help. I got help.
We see the montage of her laying like on a table, doctors like with the red lights blinking and like, hear like a bone saw sound and all the bad things.
Then her working with attrition, searching through data.
Yeah.
Then her stuck doing bureaucracy with Evo.
Mm. So who else has something they want to do?
Well, I would like to reduce some karma.
It seems fair.
You wanna do some AI research?
Yeah, let's go and talk to these shady people again. Look over the Deus data once more, and just hang.
Come on,
I'll
that
take
was the
it.
perfect amount for you.
Good.
I will take that. That is exactly what I needed, indeed.
Eternal fear is that at some point he begins bragging about what he knows.
That'd be bad. That'd be very bad. I paid a credit, right?
Yeah.
Then she had the fucking goal to bank credits. I'm gonna stab that
she
bitch.
wants a life at some point. She wants to run away with her.
That bitch.
Yeah, get married.
Let's see here.
Peaceful city.
I was going to bank credits no matter what, just it was going to leave me with 1 credit if I did that by
I'm
myself.
not gonna listen to you now because you stole my money. What can we do? What's our training facilities here?
Yeah, quite extensive.
Presence and logic.
Presence and logic, you say. And if I train, I get 2?
Yep.
Alright. I will train presence because I would like another die to make my karma reduction more reliable at some point.
Sure. Train presence.
It's helped me a lot.
Two presence experience.
Yep. And I think that's what I'm doing. I don't have too much else to do currently.
I just imagine Vita now going to basically public speaking class.
Or he goes to a party or something Vices.
It's probably more like dusty professors or ex-military people who are I keep commanding my wife to do everything instead of.
Oh yeah,
it's
it's
hard
true.
to get over.
It's hard to get over the war and
he gets a little better at being social.
Yeah, he's trying. He is trying.
Is it me who's the problem? Yeah. Jew warrior. Vice.
Sure.
Anyone got anything that they wanna?
Yeah.
Do you want
I
to
need to go to the hospital
Why?
because I'm wounded.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
That's your essence you're looking at.
Oh shit!
I know, you're not gonna
Wow.
fix that without removing all your cyberware and somehow
Well,
regrowing your arms.
I don't even know how I didn't notice that.
Last time you was wounded, I think that's what you think about. But I can see here that you spent quite a bit of money to take medical
did.
care from
I did.
Bohemia
Yeah.
to fix yourself up.
I feel I should get rid of some karma, but I'm so scared of rolling a 5.
It'll be fine. It's the worst that can happen.
It'll
say that
be
now.
fine.
Fine.
What could possibly happen?
Then again, if you fill your karma track up, what's the worst that happens then? So,
It's true.
I don't want to. I think we've had too much.
We've had too much of that.
Yeah, flaws.
yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll reduce karma and hope for another 5.
It'll be
Damn it!
Well,
Fool! Look what you have done!
So what basically happens here is that your warrior goes to say, "Oh yes, we're going to go fight Renraku. I should get a head start. Well, it's time to go and find some middle manager and just murder him, just kill him with the mask on and everything, and then we can ask ourselves, so what exactly? Let's see if I can find the page here for the 3 options we have.
Well, shit. Well, it had to be someday.
At some point, she'd lose her self-control.
Of course. Yeah. Damn it. I lost my composure.
How dishonorable.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So do you think that she gets cut off, basically, that she can't fight Renraku anymore for some reason, or she brags about it, or is sort of leaves evidence that she was involved, which increases heat to the group with Renraku. She stirs up trouble by perhaps making Renraku want to punch her back for what she did, or we roll a fortune die and see how well her action goes because she's overly reckless in indulging her vice.
So I could get them to go after me or the group.
Well, you can add heat. We can roll an entanglement. We can roll a fortune roll, or we can simply cut your vice away and say you can no longer do that. You'll have to find a new way for Juroya to recover her karma.
What is entanglement? What does that mean?
Oh, it depends on how much heat you have. Basically, you have right now. I believe the group has quite a lot of heat. That's what I remarked before. And you have even only 2 with corp, however. And Renraku is certainly a corp, so it probably wouldn't be too bad. But that's, for example, them finding a clue that says, true warrior is someone. We should probably go and investigate her friends, or bring in her people to talk to, or cut her head off of someone she likes, or that sort of thing.
Yeah, she would definitely not.
Well, I mean, it's what did she do? Do you think?
Oh.
Was she a loudmouth? Did she stir up trouble, or was she reckless?
Not a loud mouth, definitely not. She's a very few words. So reckless, and what else?
Stirring up trouble.
I guess reckless.
She was reckless. All right, then we'll simply roll a die here and see how bad it went for her.
Oh no.
Oh, it didn't go
Wonderful.
so bad at all, really. It is reckless, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Yeah, I think simply it is that she doesn't defend herself as well as she should have, perhaps, and so we will add a minor wound to her. She was fairly lucky there. It didn't go that bad. You'll add a minor wound there for less effect, and that'll be something like.
Well, it doesn't matter what it is, because.
It does.
Well, she's not gonna get affected by the wound.
That's true. But it's there. Yeah, she does. Yeah.
She was grazed by someone's katana.
Yeah, so for her, it's really even less bad than for everyone else because she can just fill it up with armor paste to not have it matter for any penalties at least.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was lucky. If you get a 1, it's really, really bad. But,
well, that was the thing. I didn't know if
yeah, so you have an action. What do you want to do with that?
I guess I'll go to the hospital to.
If you want to start a clock for minor damage, it is just a 4-step clock.
Yeah, sure. Might as well.
Sure. You want to take a 4-step clock for recovering my damage. Do you want to go to Bohemia again? Is it magical healing you're looking for?
Yeah, he's my bro.
All right. How do you do it? How do you convince him? What do you do to make it easier for them?
I don't remember what I did last time.
Well, once
I
again,
think
you
you fell in
have
through the door last time.
medical knowledge.
Like slam. Like,
Oh
You
yeah.
have biotech, which means you have knowledge, so that's the thing.
Oh yeah. I helped them with it. Is that how I did it?
Sure.
With
One of
my
the things
biotech?
Biotech. You get a bonus die from using contact, so...
So I have 2 dice.
Yeah. Look at that. That means you get 2 steps. It's halfway there.
Should I use some crits to get it completely fixed?
Do you want a little bit extra help is the question, really.
Well, I have 2 crit left, so
I mean, if you go into the mission without the clock completed, it's not going to matter anyway, because you're going to get hurt in the mission, and then it's going to be a whole new thing.
you're right. I'm gonna use a crit, and like last time, it's just that I paid him to. Wasn't that how we did it?
Well, that means you basically don't get any bonus to your
Well,
roll.
one of the things you did was like last time use etiquette, basically like try not to offend the various mages around.
Oh, yeah, sure. Do I still get 2 die?
That would be it, yeah. Well, look at that, you finished it.
Yay!
You healed up your sword wound by not pissing off the mages trying to
Pay
heal
them
you.
a little bit of money. You manage to help with the cyberware parts and sit still for the rest.
Yeah,
Behaving nice instead of being all like,
You know, because she's already kind of like the enemy.
uncomfortable with all the magic.
All of
I
them.
think they're
They're uncomfortable with her.
Yeah, I think that's more like it. That they're
Yeah.
more uncomfortable with her.
Sure. So so that happened. Oh, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, well, that's it.
So Vice.
Yeah. Well, I will, of course, follow the trend and try and clear some karma.
As always, yep.
By
Gonna
going,
indulge,
You're
gonna
gonna
go to
enter
those
mission
parties,
with
gonna get
fire
some
spell?
drugs.
yeah, all the drugs.
Nice.
Get
4.
all
Meh.
loaded up. Alright, we'll cover 4 karma. Sure.
Want to do it again?
No, not
Gotta
doing
roll for
again.
that one.
Good God, no. Oh. And I think I will try and get my wound fixed as well at Bohemia.
Alright, you want to begin a clock for that?
Yeah.
Burns.
Sure. That will be a minor clock here.
Yeah.
So how does Vice go about that?
She goes to Bohemia and asks very, very nicely if the Duke can get people to fix her up.
Oh, please, sir, help me personally.
Yeah.
Extra fast.
Yeah.
Get a bonus die for that.
Extra fastly, please. Good sir.
She's busy. She doesn't have time to be burned.
Yeah. 2.
Alright. 2. He's halfway there.
You know what? I'll spend a cred.
How else does she do it?
They'll take your money.
Yeah. How else do I do it?
He's convinced to help you. What else can he do?
Yeah. Let's see. You know, she's got some etiquette. She'll behave on the table.
Alright.
Won't call them weirdos or something like that.
Good.
3. 1.
They've already dealt with one.
Almost there.
Almost.
Almost there.
I don't know if I want to use my last.
Basically pay a cred and finish it.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know if I want to
So
do
easy.
that.
You
or
know,
not. It might be worth
know,
it. Might
the
not.
others poured creds into me.
Just leave the burn be there.
Oh, are you gonna pour a
The
credit
others poured
into
creds into me. I'll spend my last remaining credit in my bank to
Oh, thank you.
Alright.
patch her up.
Sweet money. Yeah.
Cool.
Alright. Yeah, you can basically just pay some people to work overtime, and there you go. There's not a lot left.
Sweet.
Because you only need one more step, and you're gonna get that no matter what you do.
Because basically, I imagine this situation
They
where
shoot the doctor and hire a new one. Well, that works apparently. So
I imagine a situation where Vice is like, it's still not quite healed yet, and like, sorry, but that's all we can. And then Stu, and like you go off complaining, like leaving, like texting people, and then suddenly you just get a reply back with like some money attached, just like give this to them.
I guess Mad Bim has time.
Because at this time, Ashley's currently at a convention sneaking in.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, yeah.
I want to do.
Oh.
I actually want to burn a credit to get some heat down.
Sure.
Organized crime specifically. I want to lower that for us.
That's fair.
All right. So how do you go about that? Now that is using your contact. So.
Well, since I read in the paper that dear Jibril seems to have had a bit of a break-in and a fire at his place, maybe I can suggest some clever engineering solutions to help buff up his security, or reinstall some more ingeniously engineered sprinkler systems, stuff like that. So this unfortunate accident doesn't happen again.
All right. Yeah, Jibril is currently at a 0, which means that you can do it, but he will take the 2 die and take the lower one for the value here. So he's not overly into you, but yeah, he'll go for it. Oh, look at that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all.
2 heat?
That is 2 heat. Yeah.
Okay, that brings us down to a mere 4 heat.
That's more manageable.
Political is now hating us more. We've got politicians after us now.
What have we even done politically? We haven't done anything.
I think it's mostly because we helped out organised crime once.
I haven't touched the fuckers.
You did fight the political secret service to free attrition.
All right. Oh yeah, we totally did. Do we have a political contact even? No, we don't.
No, you don't. You haven't made friends with them. You can find like they're generally very anti-corporate and trying to keep control out of the corporate hands too, because otherwise they're made pointless.
Because I was like, I could probably maybe lower political as well, but we don't have anyone to lower it with. Man, we're gonna be enemies of the state. It's gonna suck. Well, that's me.
Hey, it's fine, because if we get our heat up to the point where we're wanted, we automatically gain a contact.
Oh yeah, yay.
He doesn't like you. It's like, it is my duty
it
to
is
remove this filth from the political scene.
And then we assassinate them and get our heat back down.
Make Berlin.
That's how we usually do it, yeah. I would prefer not to have to assassinate that.
Kill the mayor. Making Lover very happy. Like, yes, I said a Krupp mayor will surely not be assassinated.
Not if the mayor is him, no.
Yeah. Oh, you should be the mayor, I think. You're like, well...
No, but we're making...
What a contact you have, huh?
Yeah, what a... Oof.
Alright. Wonderful. That seems to be what all your characters been up to. Well, so much work to do. So little time. Gotta rest and recover and do what makes you feel alive to get ready for the next. So I'm sure it was a bit of a scrap out there. Yeah. So what's the mood like in the in at home here, with everyone sort of having done this? Probably like maybe at this point you've even gotten like the message for a meeting location with Mr. Sitlan. Would like to give you some briefing on the job he's expecting you to do.
Well, I mean, I think Ziegler is interested, but a bit apprehensive with working with Aztec because he doesn't really like them too much. They don't do things he like robots and technology and stuff. He'll probably much more be into working with Evo. The problem with that is that Evo is dicks. Like, just big fucking dicks waving in my face all the time. And so that made that partnership completely impossible. And so we're sort of stuck with the magical fairy soda people. And that's a bit of a downer for him. Still, money's money.
You have been sent a few sponsored drinks. There's like a few cans of like energy Dragon Booster. you know, as an S technology subsidiary, you know,
Scented candles.
on the table
I
there.
guess I guess like a crate of that has been taken to the workshop. You know.
Mhm.
Ashley currently has her feet up in the entertainment center here, enjoying a nice drink, in a very good mood. Despite the fact that she hates working for corporations, it leaves her a very nasty taste in her mouth. She's in a good mood right now, and she needs money.
Yeah, money doesn't smell, as it turns out.
If nothing else, he pays well.
Mm-hmm. She's willing to work with them just so she gets enough money that she can betray them later.
See?
Well, Chiwarrior seems to be in a really good mood too. She has cleaned her swords. She's maybe spent a little too much time on cleaning her sword and preparing her gear. She's just had it all folded out on the floor, and she's just preparing it extra hard on all this mission because she's so looking forward to actually get some to kill some red raku.
This is like her vice that we're doing
Yes, she's
now.
like really preparing for this.
That should be your comeback album, by the way. Your Vice, and then just a picture of Vice's
Vice
face.
winking.
Yeah, winking.
We have so many songs for Vice. It's
Lips
amazing.
slightly parted. Just
Yeah. Like, oh. Your Vice.
a long-term project could be recording a comeback album.
Oh yes.
And
It's
doing
like
stuff
she,
like that.
dude, you will be the hot underground Shadowrun artist, like singer lady. All the stories you could tell, you would be so fucking edgy.
Think of the goddamn scandal it will cause if someone ever connects the dots.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Brilliant.
No, it's not if they connect the dots. It's when Ashley makes the dots connect.
Oh god.
This
Yeah.
technology would sit down and say, "So, we
Go
have
to
a bit of
war."
an image
You know,
issue here.
I could totally imagine Ashley being,
Mr. Siegler,
being
how much
able
do we need
to
to pay you to kill this woman?"
to play
Oh,
the
well.
music like Jean-Michel Jarre. That would be so amazing that she played on all these computer instruments.
You know, some Shadowrun teams do form bands because it's very Shadowrun.
I think the
Street
only
rocker.
instrument I would be mildly okay to entrust to Chiwarrior would probably be the bass, but because I doubt she would be good at anything with music.
Maybe give her one of those like maracas, you know.
What instrument would Ziegler take?
What would Ziegler? Well, he's smoking, so
Guitar.
Guitar could certainly be a thing. I was
Yeah,
gonna
but you
say
could-
saxophone.
But on the guitar, you can put your cigarette in between the strings.
It's totally true.
I assume Ashley would do keyboard,
Yeah,
so that would be like
Yeah.
saxophone maracas.
And it's gonna be the Who like 11-minute keyboard solo in the middle of it. And you're like, oh my god.
He's just not even playing; he's just plugged in, laying on the ground, like playing the thing from within.
The thing is, anyone who's actually played the keyboard before knows they can emulate other sounds like a saxophone and stuff if they want to.
Chiwarrior can install whatever chip she wants in her hands. She can play whatever she wants.
Using the skill soft.
That's technically true. We
I
can
downloaded sort of like 3 years of guitar training to.
I have this hot Jimi Hendrix.
I mean, technically,
song.
Manaki, with the data I just got, I could technically upload that information to my own head, to my brain.
I mean, you know, if you studied enough to be able to use it yourself, then you could make your body into a guitar potentially.
That is intimidating.
Like the Earth Harp. You could totally be an Earth Harp.
The meeting place is at a fine restaurant for private people, meaning that it's the kind of place where business meetings happen and people, you know, where you are guaranteed your that nobody's listening or looking or anything like that.
Are we to dress up for this?
No,
Vice
would
always
you-
dresses.
he certainly hasn't given any. He just has given you like basically like a ticket thing with like a number on it that you go and give to them, and then they will lead you to the room for a nice meal.
Vice would probably recognize the restaurant though.
Does she recognize the restaurant?
No, probably it's another S Technology subsidiary.
Oh, of course.
Well, if Vice
It
was
doesn't
like,
have the S Technology name on it, and many S Technology products don't, because they like to be removed from it, so people don't know that literally everything they consume is from them. People they think that it's better for the image if people don't know that.
They think they
But
think they have
instead it's
small
like these like small edgy brands that like stick it to the man, and then it's actually run by
It's
them.
like
Yeah,
Mars
totally.
has like
Totally.
1,000 different chocolates.
They sell like Che Guevara shirts in the East.
That's great.
Sure, trust Vice when it comes to going places and if you have to look nice or not, because every time it's just basically, no.
It generally is,
about
but
it.
generally you're placed in a room without like other people, so you can really like dress whatever you like. Imagine like they're not going to turn you away. So
Either way,
Yeah.
Vice will dress up because she likes to, because it's fun as fuck.
Sure could do it because Vice is doing it, because he's like, oh, that's probably normal. That's how you're supposed to do it this place, so sure I will do it as well.
and Ziegler, he doesn't care. Oily hands, just only one going in just pajamas. I don't know. I think Ziegler always is a little bit dressed up. Looking at him.
The girls make Ziegler dress up.
Yeah.
He's always that loose, like shirt of. Regardless, the place is rather sort of nice looking, and as you enter, there is certainly also a meal on the table. It's not a big meal. It's just sort of a very fancily plated stuff. There's a table, some music out of a speaker. It's generally very nice. Sort of a very. They have attempted to make it like a rustique experience. Though of course it's not the most expensive place you could imagine. It's just expensive enough to be kind of high society. Right? Mr. Sitlan sits there. His bald head, his weird snake tattoo. Everything. He's sitting currently just eating what seems to be a steak, though it's probably reconstituted meat, which is that's still pretty good. It's actual meat. He'll just gesture for you to sit down, giving you a slight thin smile as he does, and then he'll continue eating his food.
Well, Vice will sit down and order herself a drink and some food.
Well, basically the food's already there. There's no server.
Oh man, fine, be on.
He's already ordered for you. Basically like a roast beef sort of thing.
Sure, Chua will take some food and a drink.
Yeah. It certainly smells and is better than fast food. It's not the kind of food you'd regret eating a few hours later, basically, which is, sometimes rare for Shadowrunners to consume.
Well, sure, does a lot of workouts, so it's probably a good thing.
Yeah. He will just eat there, sort of not really speaking because he's not really one for small talk apparently. But he'll after he's done just wipe his mouth with the napkin and then lean back, allowing you all to finish your food while he sort of looks on at you uncomfortably. Waiting for you.
Vice is used to this at this point, so she's not bothered by it in the slightest.
Mm-hmm. This certainly seems to be quite a gesture, as he's giving you time where he's not doing anything else, but, waiting for you for once.
Yeah, we're important.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're eating slow. Waiting for dessert.
It doesn't seem to be dessert.
What?
It's fine. We can go get you some Japanese dessert later.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So danko. Better be danko.
So
Your choice.
With smiley his face is on.
when you're done eating, he will sort of give you a thin smile that doesn't reach his eyes, and then simply ask, "I take it you liked the food."
Vice will go, I've had better.
Yeah.
Ziegler will nod and say, "I liked it."
I mean, it wasn't
Yes.
bad.
Good.
spearing a chili fruit or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Continue. So, it's been some time since you agreed to my proposal. I take it you have not changed your minds. After this conversation, there will be no going back.
Looking at him, shrugging, Siegler says, we are not too fond of either of those corporations. So, I don't think so. As long as the money is good, we are willing to work.
Once the job is completely done, the money will be very good. I will also take the liberty as to give you a standard pay after each individual component. The plan has multiple stages.
Vice, did you get the thing that would get more money?
No, not yet.
Oh shit, you need to get that.
I'm working on it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay.
It's like a whole playbook thing, man.
Okay.
I've got to, and it's also like it's at the end of each downtime phase I earn +2.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, it's more like we just earn more creds because reasons.
It's more like she gets more money.
Yeah, I get more money. Fuck you guys.
Oh,
she negotiates for herself.
Never mind. Just looks very sad.
I want to imagine actually that Vice's way of doing it would actually just make it pay her.
Man, you're really cutting up.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, it's
I
bad.
did not get much of that.
I think that's a do-over.
Maybe. But I think he might have cut out.
Dark?
Well.
Mr. GDS, are you with us? Are you just resetting your headset or something?
Dark Kid Icarus, are you still with us?
Oh.
We've lost him.
He's
We
tapping.
must proceed with
She's just telling her. He says that he imagines it like to just be a meet and greet with her fans to sell her autograph.
Yeah, that's
the picture.
Constantly.
Oh man.
Wish I could just do that.
You're like mummy dearest.
Yeah, but he'll basically continue then and say, I have elected to go against Evo first. This is due to me already having some connection in Renraku that allows me some unique opportunities. The first thing I need you to do, rather to give you the grand plan, is we're going to do an attack upon Evo's facilities that is large enough that they cannot ignore it, fits with Renraku's desires, and we're going to leave behind evidence that, without a doubt, makes it so that they would believe that Renraku is involved in it, yet not evidence that is strong enough that they could take it to the corporate court. So it's like this. The first part of doing this will, of course, be to acquire the evidence. For that, I have taken the liberty of looking through their files, their central network, and finding a suitable personality that I believe will make good evidence. She is someone they have used to, a Shadowrunner like you, however she works solo most of the time. She has done a lot of work for them, and should she be found after the attack in a suitably believable way, then it will be difficult not to look upon Renraku as the instigators. Smiles a thin smile. As for earning her a favor, so that you might ask her to aid you in this mission, I have puppeteered my way to, well, her son has been taken by some filth from the east, and she is sadly out of friends to call for help with it, or so she thinks. You will approach her as the actors acting in the interest of Renraku officials. They will have sent you to give her a helping hand for all the work she has done for them in previous times. You will help to free her son, and in return you will ask for favor of her aiding you in a run against Evo. During this run, you will then, in some suitable fashion, make sure that she is found in a state that makes it easy to identify who she is, but impossible for her to tell anyone anything. Dead, of course. So I give you a slight smile. The attack on Evo will be one, I imagine, targeting their central systems. Their systems are one of the only ones in this city that is large enough to host a true AI, something Renraku does not believe should exist. As such, I will ask that you destroy their central computer systems. This can be done easily. Well, the easiest way I see, sort of flicks a wrist as if this is really not something he interests himself much in, it would be to place select explosives on their fusion reactor and detonating the whole system, the whole plant. Smiles says, I'm sure you can find other ways if that's in your interest. This is an attack they cannot ignore. It fits with Renraku's ideas and desires, and you will then leave behind this woman as evidence. After that is done, we will turn our attention to doing something similar the other way around, and then we will watch the two struggle to deal with one another.
I like it.
Has to be the east. Alright. This sounds good.
He pulls out a bit of a folder as he slides it over the table. Basically says, this has the information on the facility where the son of, he said, I seem to think, Dwarf Star is being kept. The people in there are expendable. They have done some minor work for me in the past. However, they were so unfortunate as to deliver unsatisfactory results. Now they will apologize by being lambs for the slaughter in this little scheme of ours. Smile slightly. They will be attempting a blood ritual of some kind, using the sun as a focal point for the magic. They are primarily shamans, so they are working with local drug traffickers and smugglers in the area. They are holed up in an old building, also a gesture for it, an old school building in the east. It is now known as the Snake's Den, or Snake's Den for short, from an old leader that used to own it called Snake. He, however, has been killed years ago. There will be some resistance, I'm sure, but the main part here is that you make sure that the main difficulty in this will be that you make sure that Dwarf Star feels obligated to help you after you help her, and that you can probably convince her that you're here because of Renraku. She is a suspicious woman, and she has quite a few contacts in Renraku, and will be able to check up on whatever names or information you give her. I have previously taken the liberty of putting your names in Renraku's employee database, so at least that much should be able to back up whatever claims you make.
Sounds very well planned out.
Excellence, I do my best to ensure that you have the least opportunity to make mistakes. I do not take well to mistakes, Shep smiles.
Considering he's like resource 5, that's probably a lot.
Yeah, he's pretty up there.
So if we take him out now, we will curry favor with...
Whoever will dare touch you afterwards.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I like what you did, but I'm not going to involve myself with you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, you could attack him right now.
Mm-hmm.
don't think we should.
Nah.
You want me to cut his head off?
No.
No. Later.
Right now.
Okay.
Another time.
To pull the sword out, like,
He certainly seems to be
you
unarmed.
shake your head and she's like, no, to put it back.
Seems to be unarmed except for the weird snake fetishes.
No, just weird snake things. Those coatals, or whatever, the winged snakes.
I bet he's a shaman.
As technology does a lot of mage stuff. It's their primary things. They work with it not as the friends of nature or existence or whatever, more like
Who do you think is
enforcing
fastest?
their will upon the world.
His snake or my sword?
Maybe we'll know someday.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now, he will simply sort of move out his chair and stand and say, "I'm busy. Do you have any other questions? Speak them now, or I shall leave you to your task. You will have a few days to deal with this. After that, I fear the sun will no longer be able to move, as he will have been used in whatever ritual they're preparing for."
I have a question, actually.
Yes?
How much does this client we're going to work for know about Red Raku? Does she know enough to know that Red Raku normally is only Japanese people?
Yes, of course.
So how are we going to pretend that we are all working for Red Raku?
As your Shadowrunners. I don't believe there's a single all-Japanese Shadowrunning group in this entire city.
I suppose not.
They hire expendables as anyone else does.
Shucks.
And you're proficient enough in the language, I think we can manage.
Yeah, you need to channel your Venrakuness.
That's mostly just cold silence, though.
That's being very stoic and looking at people.
Yeah.
Disdain. I mean, like,
Not being stealthy at all. So something they do a lot of.
No. It's guns blazing. Guns and swords blazing. I need a gun sword. Like in Final Fantasy VIII. Dude, can you make me that?
Then he will move and say, "I look forward to hearing your response about your success." So, he will just sort of go to leave the room. Yeah.
We'll take, on his credit card here, we'll take as much takeaway as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. You want a doggy bag?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's all of it. Just take everything on the menu and just load up the fridge at home, because we have not eaten this good food in I don't know how long.
Cold turkey and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Real turkey, man. We can't get this normally.
I mean, it's reconstituted turkey, but yeah, it's actual meat.
It's real enough.
Yeah. It's real meat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You will have cold turkey sandwiches for the next couple of weeks.
Sure.
Sure. He I imagine there's something like that happens, like Siegler. He leaves the room. Siegler leans over, clicks like the button to the employees, and say, "We would like some some bags for the rest of this food.
We would like a
Sure,
number 1 through 20.
14/7 extra
Yep.
portions."
If you want, Yura can have a lot of food in her kimono sleeves.
Stuff it in
Stuff
there.
turkey into
They're
the cyberware.
Some kimono sleeves are actually pockets.
Yeah, I mean, they're fine with it. They look like a little bit like these like peasants, right? But you get the stuff you want. You can have some.
They can't tell if what I have in my kimono sleeves.
No, but they know what's going on when you order like 14 extra portions and bags. I've been there before. It's not that unusual, really, that rich people invite their expendables here to show off a little bit. You know?
Well, if we're expendables, then we might as well get a lot of food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Well, the food while we have it.
Sure. And you can certainly get that and take it home with you. Put it in your fridge. Past all the cans of herbs.
All right. Well, loaded up on energy drinks and turkey. Let's get down to business.
Sure.
Now you just gave me that song on my brain. Let's get
The
down to
turkey is
business.
not turkey is surprisingly not that much interest to Ashley. The energy drinks, on the other hand, I can work with it.
fill my sleeves up with energy drinks.
Aztec Doritos for her
Oh God, yes.
gaming room. Like it's like on the
You're right,
side of
Steph,
the on
you're
the
right.
side of the cans, there's like Decker fuel.
You understand Ashley very well.
Yeah.
It also has crazy colors, of course, like neon shining green and stuff like that.
Have you seen Ashley's blue hair?
You only drink the blue one.
So yeah, the general place where this person hangs out. It's a small sort of bar in the less reputable part of town. Generally, the kind of places where you would, if you went in there just to drink without knowing anyone, you probably would be told to maybe you should leave. It's certainly a bar for regulars. Probably somewhat of a runner bar, though really not that as secret as most would be. Such a thing.
I just noticed that I forgot I was gonna use one of my actions to get my presents all up so I could get one more etiquette. Damn it.
But you can hope to do some desperate influencing, huh?
You might be able to do it if nothing else, you might be able to do it next time where you be able to train, then do karma.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, the place is small. It is basically down, like there's a diner on top, and then there's a basement where the sort of bar and game room is, with a little bit of like roulette, some pool, that sort of thing. Smoke hanging sort of down low, sort of a dirty smell. A few people sitting there, looking like mostly regulars. The person you're looking for, not difficult to spot, as she seems to currently be just like humming loudly to herself something, probably some Japanese song. Sounds very imperial, certainly, and drinking a lot of alcohol.
I guess sure I would know what song it is.
Oh, probably. It's like a patriotic tune
Oh.
from the Japanese Empire.
Oh.
Yeah, she seems to be sitting in the bar. There are a few people who like give you like the dirty eye, like as you come in, like, oh, they haven't seen you here before. They're watching you to see what kind of trouble you're here to make. You don't look like a Lone Star though, so that's a start.
We all walk in a Lone Star outfit.
Oh, you certainly could if you wanted to.
Oh, it's wearing the 6 cup.
Yeah, of course.
Which will never be mistaken for an actual one. Yeah. You can certainly approach it however you want. He's in there. Seems to be getting herself nice and drunk.
Perfect.
Due to her situation, perhaps. But, yeah.
That's sad.
It's the life of a single solo Shadowrunner. Maybe she once had a team, too.
But then they all died in a tragic explosion.
I mean, a tragic fire.
Or fire.
What happened last week? Oh no.
One of them was a necromancer that was tasered so much he died in it.
Oh yeah, I don't think he died.
Basically, her look-wise, she has sort of a leather jacket in sort of a brown color. Her hair is dyed like a deep red color and all brushed back. She is certainly Japanese of ethnicity, though she seems sort of beyond her prime years. She's perhaps, she's what you would say a middle-aged woman at this point, though she still looks like she's had a very hard life. She has like piercings in her nose and ears, studs generally, quite a few in her ears, in fact. And she sort of clearly has a rather large handgun at her side and a katana in the other side. A few sort of pockets at the back of her leather shirt there seems to suggest that there might be other equipment she has with her all the time. She certainly seems to be regular here. No one's paying attention to her, and the bartender is just looking at her with like a slightly empathetic look as he keeps pouring her drinks. And she simply empties. You remember her name was, or her runner name at least, was Dwarf Star.
What time is it at this point?
It's probably evening, late evening. It's the kind of place where the kind of time where you find people in
Right.
bars.
Cat.
She seems like she could have been here from pretty early, actually.
Chu warrior walks over to her and says, "Konbanwa, Dwarf Star." That means good evening.
Sure. Doesn't look at your warrior. Just flicks her hand as your warrior gets like a shot glass with something dark and strong alcohol smelling poured up for her.
She sits down next to her, takes the glass.
She reaches out her own to clink to your warriors, and then she downs the whole glass.
Sure, she drinks it and I guess drinks it.
Sure.
Drink it and
It's very
drink it.
bitter taste, sort of a little bit of licorice taste.
Oh no.
Bitter black licorice drink. Yeah.
It could be worse.
Yeah. She doesn't really say anything. What are the rest of you doing in here? Or did you just send Chiwari in alone?
Going alone. Well, you know you can do it.
First thing.
I don't know, because... Well, I guess Vice would go in, probably. Unless someone told her not to.
Mm-hmm.
And I presume that all of us are more or less go.
Sure. How are you dressed? Sort of going here.
Well, given it's a Shadowrun bar we're going to.
Vice is Vice. Let's put it that way.
Right.
I imagine Ashley's kind of dressed as she is in her picture. Just how she has her large jacket on. She's not armed herself up to the teeth. But
Yeah.
she's looking casual, but like someone who isn't going to be a pushover in its own hands.
Casual thug. Yeah.
Casual thing.
Jura looks like a Shadowrunner.
That's a store. somewhere.
I suppose in a way she's reverted slightly towards her gang look when she was younger.
Yeah.
Sovereign looks like he does in the portrait. He has his shirt and trench coat and cigarette. Slight smile.
Most people certainly seem to be like the, they have seen stuff like lots of like the use of like yellow sunglasses and stuff like that. People have
Yep.
crazy haircuts. The music is sort of tuned down a little bit, but still loud enough to be slightly annoying. When you try to talk, you sort of have to raise your voice a little bit. Place is smelly, place is dirty, but it seems like a place these people feel comfortable. And as you enter again, there's a few people who give you the you should not be here. Look, we're watching you, and you should probably do your business quickly because we don't appreciate outsiders coming in here.
I guess we'll sit around.
Ashley's doing her best to kind of, trying to at least, blend her demeanor in with everything around her.
True Warrior has walked up and sat next to this woman. What are the rest of you doing? Just standing awkwardly in this middle of the bar, going somewhere,
something. Sovereign will go and get a beer at the bar. He's an old military man. He's seen some shit. He can set to be gruff and grizzled. The best of them.
I will share a drink with Hila.
Yeah.
I will discuss with him some engineering work.
He orders a beer. The bartender looks at him, gives him the beer. Sort of he's a little bit unfriendly, just from his demeanor.
Yeah. Make sure I have the, turn my slightly scarred side towards him. I pick up the beer so he can see that I've been around, seen some shit.
Yeah.
And looking over to you. I mean, you can probably talk to this woman, right? Otherwise, she can probably signal, and we can sort of.
I imagine it'll be Bison Chu who kind of handled that, the Japanese person and the.
Sort of what I'm thinking. We should just sit here and look rough.
We
So-
are giving
Although-
support by the fact that she knows there are more people here for her.
Although, you look a bit too neon, maybe. I don't know.
Certainly
No,
doesn't fit in too well. This is certainly not a Decker bar.
Well, I said I didn't go over. As I said, I wasn't going over. I was sitting next to you.
I know you were wearing your anarchist outfit, so
I'm looking like a gang member more than anything right now.
I'm thinking like a 70s, 80s punk from London. That's the look. It's just
Yeah. As I said, I think it should be Vice and Chihuahua talking.
no, I totally agree. This convincing stuff. It's
Partly because I want to save my karma. So.
Yeah, you.
I'll be lucky at a different time.
Yes, exactly.
So would we have agreed before walking in what we were going to say to this lady?
Possibly. I mean,
I guess we'll see if you have agreed. Yeah, you probably have. But whatever that was, I suppose, like Vice, does he walk up to the other side of this woman or next to your warrior?
other side of the lady.
All right, a sort of
Flanker.
flanking position. She just she flicks a hand at the bartender and he pours a glass for her as well. So she doesn't say anything or look at you.
You were not advised in things class, but
She does tense a little bit, like she's expecting trouble from this positioning of flanking her. Like,
Well, Vice will be kind of blunt in the situation and say, "Well, I'm just gonna go straight forward. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We were sent to give you a helping hand with a problem." She smiles.
She picks up a cigarette that's almost all burnt down to the filter from an ashtray. Takes a long draw on it. Then breathes out some yellowed smoke in the air. Her teeth has signs that she has smoked a lot, generally in her life. They're sort of a little yellowed, very yellowed, really. As she will just nod looking and say, "And who would you be?"
Well, I'm Vice, and this is Shu.
Warrior nods to her again.
She gives Ichiru like a side eye. Says, "And what problem is it you have with me?"
Oh, we don't have a problem with you. It's the problem you have that we've been sent to help you with.
Says, "You don't need to sell me anything, honey. I got problems that are bigger than whatever you can help me with." She just breathes out smoke a little bit in Vice's face. And then turns back to the bar.
But we've been sent by a bigger player than yourself for a problem that you have that you might actually want solved. You may or may not have heard of us for a reason. She smiles.
She certainly seems thoroughly unimpressed. She just shrugs and takes another drink.
We were saying that Renraku sent us again? Just confirming. What the
That was the idea,
original
at
plan was.
least.
Yeah, okay. Well, Vice will say that, well, we've been sent by Renraku to help out with a personal problem of yours.
She snorts slightly and say, "That's rather general."
Vice kind of looks over to Shoe Warrior like, my god, this lady is...
You don't look like corporate goons to me.
That's because we're not part of any corporation or government or anything but ourselves. We work
Sounds
for the
expensive.
money. Very. That's why our bill is very high.
So you're here because someone paid you to be?
Oh, of course. I wouldn't do this for charity.
And what exactly do you think you can help me with? She turns to face the bar, gives a few glances around, basically meets a few eyes of other customers who just give a slight curt nod to her. Only really visible because you're good at seeing these sorts of things.
I don't know. I'm off. I'm off my game today. I can't. I'm struggling to remember everything.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
When I was sat next, I was like, shit, what was I supposed to do?
No,
So-
we're here to offer to help rescue her son from
Yes, I remember.
from people in the east.
God damn, I remember.
Dark just texted Vice.
Yeah,
Did
yes.
you,
I'm imagining.
We have the earpieces and I'm speaking to Vice.
Like Sovereign National Rep just sitting at the bar and looking at them, being like, "What are they doing?"
I mean, maybe Vice isn't used to this like dirty smoking thing. More like, her drugs are mind drugs that makes her feel good.
It's true.
Not
Yeah, this is bad for your health.
Sovereign sees Ashley put in the earbud of Soundlink and just says to Vice, "Come on, back on topic, son."
Okay, Vice will look back at the lady and say, "Well, we've been sent to save your son."
Says in a sarcastic tone, sort of, great. Well, I don't see him anywhere.
We didn't expect to do this alone. We thought you wanted to be part of all this ordeal. At least I thought, that Mother would want to be part of saving her own son. Or would you just want us to go?
Well, if you have an address we can go to and solve this problem, then sure. Says sarcastically again.
But then
Well,
this
Tura smiles and it's like, who said we don't?
He gives you a deadpan look and says, well, if you do, why wasting time doing all this little small talk here?
because we don't do this for charity. And
Didn't you already say that someone at Renraku paid you?
Renraku don't do this for charity. She smiles.
She drains some air through the filter again.
You know them. They wouldn't want to spend good money on someone that they would see as expendable.
And so they send you pups to torment me then? How could you know something that I wouldn't know? You don't think I've looked into this? So it's getting a little aggressive.
Do you think you have the same information as the entire Red Rock has?
Says, I think I've asked everyone I know there for information, and I think none of them knew anything.
And
I don't know what you're playing at, but I'm not buying it.
That's okay. Well, it'll be your shame that we don't do this then, and then I guess we'll just go to Renraku and say that you weren't cooperating, and they might send people that just don't want to play nice. And to be honest, bloodshed in here would be rather uncomfortable for everyone involved.
Seems like you're trying to influence her here. You have a
Oh yeah.
right. You have a thing you want her to do, which
Yeah.
is take your bait, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Can I assist in that? I
Oh
kind of-
sure. If
I,
you assist, then you assist. Yeah.
I totally,
Spend one
Spend the karma and give a bonus die.
totally help you with that.
Sweet. Let's do it then.
Yeah!
Oh damn! All right.
Virtual high five, Halldamir.
Breathes out the yellow smoke again. She puts down the thing and says,
It's like Vice looking at her and you see a gleam in her eyes, and she's like, "All right, bitch, I'm getting serious."
Yeah, yeah. She just kind of, she puts down her drink and is like, right.
and says, "So say you do know something." No, she like turns to you to, like stop you from walking away if that was what you intended to do.
Yeah, like,
What would you want in return for the information?
We have a run we want help.
sorry, I didn't hear you, Duck.
We have a run we want help with.
First we'll go, we have a run that your assistance would be very useful.
I work solo. Slightly.
Well, that's too bad for your son then.
That would be very unfortunate that you only run solo then. Because I'm afraid that's just part of the deal for us to do this for you.
And who exactly asked you to do this? She looks into her drink, clearly considering her situation.
That would be very immoral of me to give away names. Obviously, just being kind of.
But the thing we're going to be targeting is AI data, so you can maybe draw your own conclusions. Who would like that destroyed?
Yeah. Sounds like Ziegler wants to speak up here.
Yeah.
I suppose you're sitting nearby in the bar, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Coolly drinking your own beer.
Mm-hmm.
She looks over.
He looks back. Blows some cigarette smoke over to her.
It makes a nice whirling in the already.
Dude,
low
offer her a
hanging.
new cigarette. I can't stand that she's just
Sure.
her butt.
That's fine. He will look at the butt of her cigarette and offer her a new one.
She'll actually stand up and walk over with some swagger. She probably has been quite attractive in her time, and she walks like someone who knows that. As she goes over to take the cigarette, and it waits for you to light it.
Of course, Ziegler will light it.
She takes a deep swallow and says, "So what do you know?"
Oh, let's see. I was AFK when we did a lot of the briefing, so I think we.
Ashley looks over to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting beside Ziegler. We know where he is, and we know who has him, and we have an idea how to get there.
And we also know that there is little time. There is something. They need him for some sort.
3 days? If I have it right.
He nods, something like that. Yes. Takes another inhaler.
The warrior takes a look at her, up, down. Seems to be satisfied with the appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And all you want to return from me, then, is a favor. I assist you in this run of yours.
He nods. Yes, your running talents are well known, and we need something of an expert and backup on the run we're making. It is a rather risky one, after all.
A little extra edge never hurts.
She looks at you, clearly calculating, weighing her options. Says, and I get an equal share at the end of that run, yeah?
Yes.
Looks up and down at her. Considering.
We can allow it.
She shifts her weight a little bit, clearly.
It certainly pays him.
Trying to show some muscle, look cocky.
It certainly pays enough. We can allow it.
He looks over to Azure and says, "That is a big cut. We didn't discuss this."
She turns her attention to.
Let's put it this way. I authorize it.
Ziegler rolls his eyes. Fine.
You okay with this, Vice?
Vice smiles and says, I think I can always negotiate a higher price. Gives a wink.
Perfect.
She nods slowly. Seems we can do business then.
So we have a deal? Turns around, off the hand.
Let's start with having you do your part of it.
I'm good for that.
Blows a little bit of smoke, then reaches out like a very... She doesn't seem to be a woman who generally shakes hands, so she gives you sort of a very limp hand for like a very half-hearted handshake. She doesn't seem to give it any
As used to
mind.
accept it with a smile on her face.
She looks a little bit disdainful. All these young people generally seems to remind her of something she doesn't find pleasant.
Alright.
She sort of sways a little bit.
We better head out.
Clearly affected by whatever drink she's been drinking all day, though she also seems very adept at sort of hiding it behind a sort of a veneer of confidence.
Ziegler will put out his almost out cigarette and say, "Well, time is of the essence, I believe. So shall we?"
You want to go now?
Looks at her. It's up to you. Do you want to wait a few days?
She shakes her head slightly.
No,
I think we'll be fine.
Good.
If you wish for a few hours, we could meet at nightfall, but your choice.
Where do you wish to meet? I need to
we'll
go
give-
get my things.
We give like a locale close by.
Yeah, like a old plaza or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then we'll
Gives you a slight nod. Takes the cigarette. Goes.
head off.
Yeah.
Basically.
Sure. A few hours later, generally, like, it's very much night now. It has sort of that annoying drizzle rain that sort of really just gets everything really damp without really making it wet. We see her standing, like, by this statue, dressed in a long, this time black leather coat with her hair still free. At this point, though, she has a, like a duffer bag with her as well. As she looks at you, still smoking a cigarette. It seems to be the same one that she's been smoking quite a long time, so now it's all the way down as well. Basically, there's almost no more fire in there. She looks... I imagine you're going to drive there, or like you're going to take underground paths, or... How do you plan to get to the east here?
Originally, we could take a helicopter, but...
We can fly, yeah.
Probably not helicopter. That's a bit obvious.
Alright, fine.
I mean,
Style.
the question is, what would we know to be the best route of attack here, I suppose?
Well, yeah. How are you planning to approach this rescue mission?
Well, honestly, they're holed up in some old building somewhere.
An old school.
In the east, yeah, an old school building.
An old school.
It is basically, mainly, it is a drug lab with access to distribution as well.
Well, I think going in quiet as usual, and from there, and yeah, sneak in basically.
Sneaking.
Okay, before we don't look at helicopter. Helicopter is loud.
Yes, we haven't installed. That's a larger project to install dampeners on it to make it silent.
There's something you can do though.
So how about like underground passages our way there then?
We ran into that Ghoul King last time, and that sucked.
He felt our wrath.
It did, but it was bad down there. Bad.
It is known that the east has ghouls in the sewers.
I mean, the thing is, you don't have a silenced car, so we're going to attract attention approaching. If we just
It is
smuggler
pretty
knowledge,
silent.
you would know that. With the smuggler knowledge, you would know that they can be sometimes paid exorbitant amounts or rare things that they want in order to basically bring something from one part of the sewers to the other. Something used to smuggle pricey things. Generally.
Well, I'm sure then Ziegler knows some smuggling contacts who can help us get through there.
You're going to be
Maybe.
smuggled by ghouls.
Yeah, smuggling by ghouls.
At this point, you're good enough generally that you can get to the east without too much of it. It takes time, bit of a bother. It's not something you can do without trying, but you can do it. Like, yeah, it doesn't
there.
tax you particularly. It's just sort of
We've operated there.
a bit of an annoying time sink. Yeah.
We want to approach as quietly as possible then for this. We want to sneak in.
You will have from Mr. Sitlan has basically given you a bit of an idea how it is. The building is in 2 floors, so the top floor is really unsafe and nobody really goes there. Maybe some vagrants. The bottom floor is used to be sort of it has like a lobby area where people go to buy their dope from the gangers that are there. The people who are there are the millennial prophets, allegedly led by these shamanistic people. But they produce a lot of like drugs that they traffic, and some even makes its way to the west through sewer connections and their alliance and friendship with the, or rather trading of meat and flesh to the ghouls below in return for this. They're a very rather vicious gang as it is. They have a good territory, good grip on their territory too. The place is believed, however, to have significant amount of like underground areas, a few floors that are actually supposed to be there, and then even like another one that has sort of been dug out later on, unsafe and with connections to the sewer system, which allows them to properly smuggle their drugs and packages out of the place, working with the ghouls.
Then how about down? We work our way up, because chances are wherever they're going to be doing the sacrifice, wherever they're holding the boy, is going to be somewhere on the lower floors.
Yeah, sounds good.
It makes sense they would store him, go on underground, because that's always where rituals go on, right?
It seems likely. They probably won't. It depends if the lab is on the ground floor. They won't do it in the middle of the lab. I mean, say what you want about drug runners, but they're not like no one is into blood magic, really.
I mean, I have a feeling they don't want to be passing through the blood magic area to get to the lab.
Exactly. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to
Talk
go
about this. I will be right back.
I just need to go through the blood room.
I mean, the thing is, technically they need drugs at both the bottom and top, because they need to smuggle out the bottom. But
well, do they though? It's in the east. They can just go out the front door.
No, because
I mean, the thing is, I'm imagining the drug lab will be near the top. For one, to vent out any gases out the top.
Yep.
And two, because having it near the top means it's right next to the place they're actually dealing the drugs, which is their lobby.
If only we had a someone who could scry and find where the magical energies are coming from.
If only.
Well, unfortunately, we're the anti-magic group, so we're going in the basement.
Yeah, we're going into the basement. I could fly a drone in and snoop around.
How about we get closer and then we deal with scouting?
Sure, sure.
Because it's certainly an option that we get close and then you try scouting your way in. Also, what skill soft are you setting for your robots?
I'm going engineering.
Okay. It's a valid option, because you can set any skill you want. You could have stealth as your skill soft if you want.
I could, yes.
You have stealth protocols, which is actually a cool idea, but...
Stealth protocols, engage. I want bad at stealth.
He's a wonderful little robot now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Plank is it's very useful. Very useful.
He is very useful.
You need a fixed Warburg, don't you?
He makes you quite powerful, because you get
Warburg's fixed. It's fine.
Because all your extra pushing you get to do, that makes you quite powerful.
Oh yeah, that's the thing with these. Like these, I have extra karma in here basically, which helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I certainly know it helps with all my desperate rolls I have to do in the Matrix. Can't push myself, but I'm limited to only in the Matrix to be able to do that. On the other hand, I keep nearly dying in the Matrix, so it's worth it.
You are going in hot every time. You know, it's just you going in and super cocky and then come out barely alive, but you certainly get it done.
You know, high risk, high reward.
Mm-hmm.
That's certainly true.
Ashley lives on the edge.
Indeed.
On the other hand, we're settling for nothing but the best here.
That's certainly true.
As is why we have voice talking to people. Ignore her being forgetful sometimes. That's why earbuds would sound like her free.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I forgot I upgraded my survey software. That's actually useful. Also, my tracks are so empty. I've only got 2 points in body and nothing else. I need more presence again. I need influence on acting.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Have you decided on anything?
Given the fact that chances are the drug lab will be in the top to help vent gases out the top, we're thinking we're going to go in the bottom, because more like the ritual will be down there, and therefore also the prisoner.
You want to trek through the dark sewers, then?
Possibly.
Not
Possibly
that,
using...
like literally We go so we see the school. The school is like 20 minutes over there. Then we go down the sewer hatch.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna track for miles in the sewer.
It's also fair because it's easier to get away by car, which we could do that way then.
Mm-hmm.
So we get into the area by car, and then we're going to try stealthing our way in via sewers.
And your way here is stealth.
Yep. I'm gonna sneak in.
All right. And you want to infiltrate through the sewer. All right. Yep, that makes sense. And your goal here is to get to this kid and take him out. All right.
Yep. And of course, we want to do as least blood as possible because we don't want to put off
gear. What gear does Mama bring with her?
Well, as you get like in a place basically to the east where it's safe to bring this stuff out. Yeah, she opens her bag and takes like a machine gun. And she seems to be a street samurai of the ranged / melee variety.
Now,
she has is quite a heavy arsenal of guns and also like a Kevlar.
Now I have a question here, Manaki.
Sort of thing, yeah.
If she kills anyone, do we get heat?
Heat is simply if killing is involved in the thing, because that means investigation happens there. However, this is the East, so nobody gives a fuck.
Hooray! All right,
that is something you have. There is no authority here that
grenade
cares.
launcher out.
Yeah, we'll only be punished if we get in during the Evo section.
Like you will still get heat for it being, for example, loud should explode everything, but for killing people, there's scum.
Just don't make the killing too loud.
These people don't have rights. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Also, for this section, I'm going in full heavy load. For this, I think.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
We're not bluffing our way out of this, let's be honest.
She certainly seems to.
He's going in with a machine gun, so we might as well go heavy load.
It's like a full automatic rifle, basically. Slung over her back.
It's been a while since Ziegler's been carrying around all 11 equipment slots.
Yep. Like she thinks she brings heavy stuff. Ziegler will show her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're bringing 11 equipment slots. We're bringing 9. She's bringing 7.
Yeah.
Her strongest part of doing Shadowrun is her experience. Generally, she's seen quite a lot of shit and has quite a lot of miscellaneous skills, as it were. Should you simply look up her capabilities, she basically can do a lot of lower tier missions. She doesn't really do big things anymore. She does mostly lower tier things that she can do alone because she can take the role of several different runners and do things sort of well enough. Yeah.
She had dice everywhere.
Yeah. So, sure, that makes sense. That's a thing you want to do. Yeah. Ooh. All right. Let's take a look here. See that approach. Yeah. Yeah. You are fairly well equipped because you also have the idea of a layout and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Basically, we got to you. The trip through the sewer went fine. You found an easy access point in another nearby building that you could go, like an old laundromat or something like that. Nobody's hanging out here. It's crap. The roof is collapsed. But there is certainly sewer access, so you can certainly go down there. You trek through it. You don't meet anyone down there. You manage to there seemed to be some conversation in one path. It's like some growling and some fleshy chewing, bone gnawing, smacking. There's clearly ghouls in this area, probably because they these people feed them, right? It's a great way to get rid of corpses. Yeah, but you managed to not make much noise and get past them without too much of a fuss, really. Yeah, you even managed to get out of the sewers. They basically have broken down the wall of the sewer, and even the goop from the sewer from all of Berlin really has sort of been running into a big central room. I'll make a sketch down here to make it a little bit easier to understand and imagine. Let's see, can I get a shape here? I'll make it in background shape. If we have like a room here, the sewer has gone sort of like this. The room has clearly been like, it's like all like dirt walls, right? And they have put up like pillars to hold them up, sort of improvised. Yeah, there's a few like tables around. It's a very ugly table, but I'll have to deal with it. And basically here they've just sort of broken through the sewer, allowing like a big, like nasty pool of sewer goop. Is it like a good sewer goop color? This is like a decent sewer goop color. Like flow into the room, where it just sort of covers the ground. Your boots are like covered in the filth as you like splat through it. Or rather look in, I guess. The room itself has these pillars. It has a lot of like debris and such everywhere because nobody's probably cared to clean it too much. There's like all these little rocks and such things. Up here, there seems to be, over here on this side, there is like a, basically it's not a stair, it's a ladder going up to what is like a hole in the floor of whatever this building was before. In the ceiling, there's like a few pipes, probably like old heating pipes or something like that. Going around, and from those pipes they have connected somewhat probably ventilation to some other tables standing around here. It doesn't seem like this is the production lab. It seems like this is more like here they weigh and cut up the stuff, right? Mix it in with glass and whatnot. Put impurities in there to make it last longer, and of course do their corpse disposal and such. However, beyond that, there is also someone in here that seems to catch someone's eye. Asher Whip, especially, sees someone she remembers from her life back here, and that is Nakisos, a BTL dealer who is currently standing here, like talking to a few other people with their bandanas and stuff, and they seem to have like basically like bare upper bodies that they have like drawn with this sewer muck on there, like war paint basically. The smell in here is pretty terrible. There's those barrels of like stuff, and he's basically like looking at a few chips with like a one of those like jeweler's spyglass things, right? Holding it up with a little tool and looking at it through that to probably take a look at the quality of their work. He's like standing over here.
Is there any sign of a ritual going on?
In this room, no.
Upstairs.
There's like 3 of these dudes. There are currently no ghouls in here, and you currently have not particularly been seen, but it seems like this guy is here, probably whoever he works with as well. But yeah, he's standing there right now, hasn't seen you. You basically have a chance of initiative here.
What?
Crud,
to act should you have a desire for it.
What's he doing here? I bet he still hasn't got over me destroying his entire collection.
Like Ziegler, like takes out the grenade launcher, like should I? That'll probably break everyone up though.
The world could do with less scumbag like him, but we should probably if we got.
Well, in that case,
Dwarfstar will put a hand on the grenade launcher and sort of look at you and say, "If they have my son, I would appreciate us not giving them a reason to kill him before we get there."
He nods. Fine. Time to silence Warburg then, basically. Are we going, guys?
Are we sure they're gonna make a fuss?
Oh, he'll make a fuss.
All right, then we go. I'm seeing this as a joint. Warburg points at them, and then like Shoe Warrior, sprints off in her like 200 miles an hour or whatever she does.
Yeah.
Swords glittering
no.
and just.
It's Shoe Warrior goes first.
That's right.
She always does.
She always. Goes
Somehow
first.
she always does.
Somehow.
It's the mechanical. Her nerves don't need axons or biochemical feedbacks or anything like that. They just electricity.
They happen. It's at the speed of light.
Wires instead of nerves.
Sure, looks to the group and asks if you want them alive or dead.
No, kill them.
Well,
Nuts.
well, actually, yeah, kill them. It's the east. Fuck it.
That one over there kind of points out. Corrupt BTO dealer. He rather hates me.
He's a very
Let's go.
influential man with many connections.
Well, that's too bad for him.
A high-level target, as it were.
Sure.
Well,
to
we
warrior
attack.
speed, she runs into attack.
Sure. What does he want to do?
The guy who hates Ashley, she wants to go there and cut him to pieces.
All right, that's pretty straight up. All right, this roll will be controlled because they're not like you managed to get in here without being discovered. There's a complication that apparently someone else is hanging out here and doing meetings right now with them, but you're not been discovered. So the worst thing that can happen here is that you basically get discovered and lose the opportunity for surprise.
And of course, she outnumbers them.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I do.
Only by one, though.
Well, soon too.
Oh, sorry. Well, I guess I'll just roll 3 die then.
You have a lot of dice. Fives.
5s.
5.
All right, that means
Well,
that there is
2, 5,
a
5, 5.
minor complication to it, but you get what you want. So I'm gonna interpret that is that this is your surprise, basically. What you do here makes enough noise that your surprise is gone. Like people know that shit's going down there. However, you do get what you want, and that was cutting the guy's head off. Yeah, you can cut his head off.
Did you count the 2?
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
but the 2 is less than the 5s. So it
Well,
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
but I had 4 die and I
Yeah,
extended.
it does make a difference.
5s means that you get what you want, but there's a complication. The complication here is that you cut his head off, like the body falls forward, like into the table with the chips that sort of makes it all rattle down. I mean, these might be good chips too. Vice, who knows what's on them? But as he just falls over the table, like the other guys are like, crap. They reach to grab their like makeshift machetes.
I shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot them.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'd say this is control 2 because you specifically said that you got in precision 2.
All right,
Shoot as well.
wonderful.
Doesn't take that long for you to pull a trigger with a
Yep,
joystick, I
Warburg.
guess.
Warburg is gonna wire up, and he's
Are you
pretty
in
badass.
him or are you
Yeah.
secondary?
Yeah. No, I'm
Right.
in him.
So your body is like slumped over in the goop. out
You
there.
do not understand. Ziegler is Warburg.
That's right. I'm gonna kill him, as many as I can.
All right. You can certainly kill one, and well, the complication there, it's kind of the same action you guys were taking. So it's just people here, like it's not very loud shots, but the body like, hitting the floor is not quiet with all the stuff that's around. He like falls and like grabs like onto one of the tables with the chemical stuff and like pulls it down as he like falls down to pull it cover as like shoot through the
Beakers.
table glass and like there's
Flying
something
everywhere.
a little bit of fire starting and stuff like that. Yeah, just it's a mess as you can hear like someone like like voices from upstairs. It's really not easy to hear, but you know that you've been discovered. The 2 people here, like one of them, the close one here, Jor, like has drawn the machete and is like engaging her to defend himself. The other guy is like going to wanna basically get up the stairs here. He's not engaged right now, so he thinks like he's just gonna like no.
Well,
Like
Vice
this.
will try and shoot him then.
As will
Alright.
as
Which
will
one did
Ashley also try to
Ziegler
shoot him, given his running away.
Seeker shot one of the 3
There's only
group people.
2 of those. And
Oh,
then...
the purple one you killed.
Yeah, but
Like,
which one got shot then? The one in front of me or the one who's running?
no, one that's dead there.
Yeah, they're dead.
They were dead. They're off the screen. They're off the map now. They're dead completely.
I deleted him. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I got really confused. Like, wait a minute.
there's zombie people.
Yeah.
No, those are the ghouls, in fact.
Yeah.
The
They're both-
sewer.
both-
Who
both-
also might have hurt you, for that matter. But
They're both me and Bryce will shoot away. I think.
Yeah.
Sure. Take your punches. Which one are you shooting, though?
The
Guy
run running away. I
running
think.
away. Yeah.
All right. You want to do this together?
We might as well do
Teamwork
it.
shooting.
We might as well do it as teamwork action. Side by side.
Sure, why not?
I'll take the karma. I'll take the karma deck. Vice fails.
So we'll have Vice leading.
Well, Vice can be your choice.
Shoot for the eyes.
You know, it doesn't really matter. I'll do it because I probably
You are a
won't
leader.
use as much.
You're a leader.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's see. Well,
Oh yeah.
can't get
He's
any
dead.
worse.
Crit.
He's critted dead. So what little benefit could you get for shooting him? Shooting him dead like that. He's dead.
Ricocheting off the other guy who also get hit, or like
That would
hit
be
a
a
pipe
major
and
benefit.
it's like a pipe hit and steam pours out, so they can't really see what's going on down there.
We can get some steam in there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Would that be acceptable to you? Do you want that?
Sounds good to me.
Right.
I guess,
So
yeah.
basically, a bullet ricochets all like
Ooh, beneficial
maybe
steam.
one of you has the sense to do it, so that now like the steam or whatever this is, like ventilation stuff, pours out everywhere. It's like dust, right? It's like pumped out, like cocaine. Who knows? Probably not. Very very vast amounts. Over here, just like SSD, the area there is filled up. Yeah, there's one engaged with True Warrior, and he's going to try to cut her with his crab machete.
How do you respond?
I'm gonna try to deflect it.
You try to stab him back?
I could do
You
that.
could just stab him faster.
Sure.
As I said,
Is
you don't
that-
need to-
Alright, this is
you don't need to-
risky. He's not going to give you a mortal wound or anything like that, because he's not that good. The risk
No.
is, of course, that he actually gets to, like, cut you somewhat.
Well, see
Just
if I
to
can
hurt
stab
you a
him
little
first.
bit.
Yeah.
Well, he dead.
Yeah, he doesn't. As he just, I guess you like whirl around, servo noise, and then I'll cut him to pieces somehow.
I need just a hit.
Yep.
What's wrong with Ashley's pictures?
Huh?
What?
In the chat, it's just a broken.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
like that
we're-
for a while. Don't worry.
I think the whatever link she made to it, the path is no longer available or something like that. I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know. But yeah, all right. So that is done. You hear the of the smoke as Dwarf Star moves into the room as well. I'm going to draw her with like a color because we actually need something to represent her. We'll give her green. I don't use that for many other people. So she basically moves in here and takes a position of cover, not looking back, but taking a position here with the smoke. It says, if they come in this room, then we can shoot them when they come down the stairs. They probably have the same idea of us above, though. If I was up there, I would train a gun against the stair. So it looks over at you and fishes out a flash grenade.
Oh yeah. Nods. Gets Warburg, ready to rush up there after grenades hit. Also, Sigil will actually move in here. He doesn't want to lay in the sewer if he can help it.
They'll
Actually-
put him in there.
Ashley's
Yeah.
also going to rush.
Vice
Basically,
is
like,
gonna sneak peek at
positioning,
details.
Positioning Warburg here, and like when she throws the flash grenade up there, he's gonna rush up with Warburg and shoot him up.
Is True Warrior gonna rush up first?
Should we
Yeah.
go first?
The moment the flash break it is.
It's very quiet up there right now.
Yeah. Well, the moment it's hit, you run up there.
She looks to a lot of you and then motions 1, 2, 3 with her fingers as she then throws the thing. It like bounces off the stair and then into whatever room's up there. She's probably done this quite a few times, and she does have quite a few grenades with her. It seems to be a useful tool in her arsenal. Yeah, and you hear like an exclamation, and then you hear like a as the thing, and like a light comes down the stair, and then
Oh!
Shoo.
basically we'll have you rushing
Yep,
up into
shwoom indeed.
the room.
The flash.
The first one to react to the flash is not people being blinded, however, but
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
actually
Yes.
worried.
She,
When the flash hits, Warrior hits at the same time.
she always makes sure that that she doesn't get.
Don't you have like
this-
flash suppressors or something installed in your eyes?
No, she has
Oh.
normal eyes.
She could get
What?
that.
They're very pretty.
Oh.
More expensive. Like a hole over here. Someone has like flipped a table, a few tables over here. to be behind. There's a door here. Here. And there's like a stair going upstairs here. Yeah, there certainly are people up here, though. What color? I used red for them last time, so let's keep doing that. There's like 2 guys here who are like taking up a position. And then there's a few who've just come down the stair, it seems. And they have certainly been, like, flashed. They're just like, holding their faces.
Where are we coming?
Yeah, where do we come from?
Here.
Oh!
Well, it was like a toilet or something.
Basically is, right? Maybe there was a toilet, but they ripped it out or something.
I think it's like, what a weird position they chosen with moving the table the wrong way. It's like,
they're not smart.
What idiots!
This doesn't seem to be much other than like a general guard room to stop people coming down the stairs and like into their like bottom room, right? There was like a few chairs here as well. It's a bit of smoke, some bottles in the corners.
If Shu goes for the ones in cover, because cover's not going to help them against her, I can use Warwork to shoot the ones who are dazed.
Sure.
Another thing that appears about this time is downstairs. Might fear that it's close, but actually isn't. Instead, what appears is like a weird from like a little pipe. I'll use a color that doesn't provide so much purple. Let's see here. What do we have? Yellow. Yellow is fine.
A snake.
Down here, moves out. We have Vice with a quite good presence. So she probably notices this with her social grace. That a sort of a slightly transparent badger crawls out of a pipe with like weird like. It looks like a very sick badger. It has like open sores that are oozing, and it has this miasma of just terrible rotty smell as it crawls out and like instantly like looks at Ziegler's like motionless body and just moves for it.
Help!
Vi shoots it.
Go for the throat, right? Of the deceased badger spirit. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Vice all.
Doesn't look overly powerful since you use physical things and was shooting like a laser beam at him or something, but you know. Upstairs though, True Warrior always gets to act first.
Well, she runs to cut the heads off over here.
Alright, how many does you want to engage with? Both of them?
I can totally do that.
Alright, yeah. I'd say that they're crappy enough that if you're going to go for both of them, yeah. This is going to be risky, because there is some risk involved. They are blinded, but that doesn't mean they won't swing these fucking things everywhere. Yeah, like, they will do minor damage, though, because they're outnumbered, they have less effect, they're less effective. Yeah, you will suffer minor damage should you be hit instead of actually suffering real harm. Yeah. That means that they do inflict a minor scratch at you as you cut them down. As one of them manages to swing his as he like blares his eyes, swing his weapon, his like steel pipe, to hit a part of you that might be organic enough to feel it.
Yeah. Well, should I resist or use armor in this case? I might as well use armor, I suppose. Nah, you know what? Let's resist.
Sure.
I use my body to resist, right?
Why? How does she resist? How does she not get hit by the pipe?
I would say athletics to
she dodges out of the way. Right, that sounds like body.
Yeah. Is it involving strength?
No, that would not involve strength.
Just take the pipe and crush it.
Pipe.
That would be pretty cool.
Alright, so you take 2 karma. But no damage as you just move out of the pipes.
You get 1 more die.
Yeah, Tina, you have free body. You're using body, not athletics.
No, I used athletics.
No, it's body.
No.
I used body?
That is the resistance.
It's a resistance roll, so it's not a skill, it's just how
good never mind.
So long since you've been True Warrior.
I misunderstood what you meant, because I said...
I just want a justification, in-game justification.
Yeah.
Didn't make it better. Alright.
Oh.
All right.
I misunderstood Manaki.
Sure. And those two are dead, or gone, or not important anymore, because they are dead. The other guys, however, had time, or at least they were the people who have guns up there. It's shitty guns, but guns nonetheless.
I want to shoot him.
Yeah, you would certainly have the chance to do that, because they're stunned
Right.
by your friend.
I shall shoot them.
She'll attempt to shoot. Right. Yeah, you can kill 2 of that, I'd say.
Yep.
You are better than them, and although one gets to live and potentially return fire, they're not as great as you are. They're not Shadowrunners. They're gang people. They're used to intimidating people, but being many of them. As the guy in front apparently is bent down far enough that your sweeping streak of bullets just kills his 2 comrades behind him.
Empty shell casings rattling out of
drops to
Warburg.
the ground and levels the rifle against Shuoria to like shoot her legs, because what else are you gonna do in this situation? It's a pretty shitty situation to be in. Unknowing to him, Siegel has a bit of an issue down there, because there is a badger spirit that wants to do bad things to his body.
Well,
Don't make badger do bad
those things are mean.
Bad badgers, help.
Well, we're going to be helping.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you have an idea, Vice? Because I have an idea, but
I do.
You, as you're near this thing, by the way, you get a very terrible, like sewage rotting meat stench from it in like your nostrils, and it is intense. So you could say, like the air smells like it's poisonous around this thing.
We have a respirator.
Yeah. She probably like feels a little bit like a weird sensation in the back of his mind. She's like, oh, whatever. Someone's tickling his feet with a feather or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah, Ash your web is doing
jokes down there. Yeah.
Not working.
Okay, yeah, Vice will pull out her taser and taser the thing.
I don't know if that's the most effective against a spirit. But,
Sure. Why not? Why
Better
not
than
try
a
to
bullet,
taste the
I
spirit?
think. Why not?
Electricity is probably better than a bullet. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think
So
so. Energy.
this will be desperate in this situation here, because
Desperate.
it has already it might have a physical body here, but its influence is in this area,
All
and
right.
it is affecting all of you.
I'll push it for an extra die.
I'll toss an assist your way because Plank is down there and his sensors are sorted up, and maybe some
No,
latent.
he doesn't have any AI, as it turns
No,
out.
but maybe some latent thing in him.
well,
It's like
perhaps
twitches a little bit.
perhaps something else that can also happen is like this being declared and stuff. Like actually looking around. Well, we could make this into also a bit of teamwork on here, where I will go ahead, where actually give like Spacey supporting fire, where essentially make it kind of hesitate and move into the not be able to dodge so well.
So assist, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be giving you. I will make it teamwork, so I'll just roll my dice onto yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to try to tase the
Sure.
Taste the badger.
badger.
All right. Let's do that then.
Sure.
5's all around.
Alright, so you managed to hit the badger with a taser. The badger doesn't have nerves. It doesn't spasm, as you would expect. However, it doesn't like being shocked either. So we'll start a little clock here. Just a 4-size clock. It's not an
Badger
amazing
clock.
badger spirit. And we'll fill in 1 because you have tasered the badger, and it certainly doesn't like that. Beyond that, you've managed to direct its attention away from the sleeping guy, because apparently there are people who want to fight it.
Hooray!
Badger clock. We'll call it that.
That's luck.
Badger.
This is the badger with a
clock.
clock. It's like the white rabbit, but a badger.
Yeah.
I missed a D in there, but whatever.
Does
Bagger.
it ever
We know what that is. Baggins clock.
The baker clock.
Sure. Now, the penalty there is that you are beginning to feel pretty well. Technically, it's just that you take karma loss from the teamwork action, right?
But there is no karma loss because I succeeded technically.
Yeah, we both
I
succeeded.
suppose
It's
so.
never fails.
Regardless, the miasma spreads out. You have its attention. It's going to try to eat Vice instead.
I would
She's not helpless, but
I'd rather like to resist that.
still beings are rather powerful.
Well, where will you get to act?
Yeah, I want to know what you're doing. You can
Yeah.
try to run
Yeah,
away.
I was getting-
You know what
I
it
was
is going to
getting
try to
there.
do, but you get to act still.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know. But
Sure.
let's just say my intent. I don't know how I can be how
Well,
my
perhaps.
presence can be of use here.
as I said, you don't need to resist here. You can choose to act.
Yeah, but
So-
I guess I could
Don't
try.
think of, don't
Such
necessarily
as, for
think of
example,
what would be best for you to do. Just think of what would be logical for you to do.
Or, for example,
would she
Manaki,
do?
would it be fair to say there's a bunch of pipes down here?
Yeah, there's crap everywhere.
Such as, for example, Ashley may want to, so considering bullets aren't the most effective, maybe trying to crush it might be more effective, essentially trying to shoot pipes to make drop on it.
Uh-huh.
With her rival high-quality pistol telling guys, get out of the way!
Sure. Yeah. No, there's some pipes up there, sure. Yeah, that's very risky, of course, because one, her friend is still there. But, she can certainly shoot the pipes. See what happens. Oh.
Sure.
I'd call that a... Yeah, I mean, that would be desperate, right? Because there's some kind of... I will call it risky, because I will actually afterwards roll a fortune roll to see what's in that pipe. What kind of thing, isn't it?
Hmm.
Could be not bad, could be bad.
I was just gonna taser it again, but I mean,
We can keep tasting it, yeah.
yeah, could always roll a 6.
You could always roll a 6, that's true. It's Ashley's style to get closer to the danger, so how about she pushes this up to desperate for herself?
Sure, yeah, sure. Get in the range of the pipe as well.
Well, there's a 5 in there.
Alright,
And
yeah,
more
so you
there
do
is.
shoot the pipe, as it turns out. The bullets hit their mark up there, and I will roll a fortune roll. Let's see. Alright, it's not the worst pipe in the world.
Yay!
It is lucky, because Ziegler's body certainly wasn't going to get out of there.
Get drenched.
If it was
Oh, it's
like-
just sulfuric acid in the
Yeah.
pipe. It's like, oh!
I was judging by this building above the school that, maybe we have some luck there.
Nah,
Well, yeah, it seems to just have been like a water pipe, so it sprays water everywhere, on everyone. It's
Washing away the
stagnant
shit.
water. It doesn't have flowing water. Probably just left in the pipe, like rust water spraying everywhere. Delicious. Yeah, as it falls down upon Vice and the Badger. The Badger will get hit, but maybe Vice would like to resist, though. It would be a moderate hit upon her.
Yeah, I'd like to resist.
Badger gets
Yeah.
banged by a pipe.
Because it's up to you. I could resist instead if you'd prefer. There are consequences for this.
I mean, I don't know how you would resist Vice
Well,
being.
considering I was the one shooting away, there's a few ways I could do it. But one of which is potentially actually going in and essentially pulling Vice out of the way as she ran forward.
Well, remember that the question here is, how does Vice not get hit by the pipe?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also, maybe you not having much karma go away if you do fail is probably
it's
good.
fine.
Vice,
You
Vice
could
is...
say, for example, you could have said, if you want to not be physical, you could go with, Ashley has some good knowledge of engineering, actually, so she will have thought of shooting the pipe in a way that it wouldn't break down.
Or,
That's also
you
true.
know,
She's-
Ash, like
That's also
Vice is
true.
she has high presence, which means that she's very alert and
That's also true.
perceptive. So she saw it and basically has, no, I know what this is going to go, so I'm just going to step out of the way.
That's true. Vice also has good situational awareness.
Yep. I can use presence instead of body to resist. Just my knowledge of what's happening around me.
So where?
So, yeah, she'll just knowing what pipes are above her, I guess. Having an acute
I did warn
awareness.
Situational awareness, she's like, someone's going to shoot that pipe.
Yeah. Ashley's pointing her gun upwards, Pipes. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah.
This
Oh, I
is
say.
about speed. It's just
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah,
I'm fine.
critical.
Yep, no, it's easy for her. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Wonderful. Above, True Warrior's going to get shot in her legs, which isn't going to be... She isn't going to die from that, but it's going to be very uncomfortable, if nothing else. Yeah, well, not for her. I guess it's going to be a place that can't hold out to be shot that much more. Is really the issue there. Because this guy's panicking, and he's just, like, pulling down the trigger, while pointing them at True Warrior in general. Laying on the floor here. She's very fast, though. Yeah, so she wouldn't just get shot, would she?
No, she would kill him first.
All right, let's see that. It's just gonna be risky because she has all the benefits here. The risk here is that she takes some minor damage. Right, she will take a minor wound from the stray bullets that she doesn't manage to hop over.
I really don't think it's that much of a deal if I take it with my armor.
All right, totally take it on armor. Just takes a single point of armor.
Which one?
It would be your light armor first, or your special armor. That's up to you.
Yeah, the light armor then.
Right.
Bam.
And then she kills him. Yeah. So he sees the slicing. You can Jordan can probably smell the bad smell coming from below still, but she can also hear that there's movement in the rooms adjacent to this place. Yeah.
I mean, Sigler is aware of shit going down.
Does he have smell sensors in the?
In Warburg? No, I think he has like a atmospheric analysis unit or something.
You know,
it's like
levels of
terrible
magic in the air.
Maybe Warburg will just take a peek down here, on the stair, like,
Oh, badgers eating my friends.
Oh,
well, there's tons of smoke actually, so it's very difficult to see anything. But
maybe hop. Hello.
Yeah.
Well,
green
that
here
badger
climbing
probably...
up.
Well, Joy would definitely follow.
Badger though
you certainly hit the bullets being
is going to keep fighting down here. It is hissing. It is not happy at all.
Can I shoot
and
it?
as it give it a moment though to describe what it's doing here. And as it does, begins hissing loudly, all the miasma sort of begins condensing and clinging to surfaces, forming this sort of big, thick, brown, moldy muck thing, covering people in it, and beginning to get very thick and slimy, sort of covering anything that's really wet, which is a lot of stuff now since the water sprayed everywhere, including nostrils, eyes, just bodies. It's unpleasant.
Well, luckily I have a respirator.
Put it on me.
I had it on me when we got in here. Clearly. I mean, come on.
Yeah, so he sort of moved over here to.
But I have a respirator.
It's odd that we all have
spread his miasmic goop.
It's like we came prepared.
I'm gonna try to shoot it.
All right, you're gonna try to shoot a spirit. It is not as effective as as doing stuff with magic, but what is? So yeah.
Is there any way technology can actually disrupt magic? Could I have invented spirit killing bullets for this?
It is certainly very difficult, and it's very difficult to invent that without magic helping you. Generally, magic can't really deal with technology, and technology doesn't really deal well with magic either. It's sort of two different worlds, really.
All right.
Yeah. I will get a supporting fire to boost the effectiveness of Ziegler.
You will give an assist die.
Yeah. Well, I won't give him a die. I would just want to boost the effectiveness, but more.
Oh, okay.
Bullets,
yeah, sure. Makes sense.
So instead of limited effect, normal effect.
Normal effect on the badger. All right. Shoot. A 3.
Oh wow.
All right. So I guess Ziegler will try to shoot, and while doing that, the badger just sort of.
I will actually re-roll that. I think
that's free karma.
Yep.
Sure. This is no fate.
You don't keep bonus die. Do you keep increased effectiveness?
I guess.
It's the same roll, but no bonus
Bonus
No
dice.
karmic gain dice, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so still just as effective. Try again.
Let's try again. No better.
Yeah.
Better.
So you do it. Yeah. The badger gets just pummeled with shots from as he wakes up, I guess, and takes the gun that he's strapped right next to him. Opens eyes and then just fires in the same instant. Yeah.
Yep.
Ash just also jumps back and shoots at the spirit. Just so many bullets filling it that it has forced to dissipate. However, in the process, the thick, like, it's not fast enough that the thick miasmic cloud doesn't begin condensing on people down here, which is every one of you really at this point. And it would then deal like minor, like lung and throat damage to you, basically, as you breathe the terrible.
Even with the masks on?
Respirators.
We do have respirators.
Attack your respirators, I suppose.
I already did.
Yep,
And
thanks.
they get clogged up with slime. Yeah. You can switch the filters on them when you go home, but they might not be that useful
Right now.
for this mission anymore.
They've essentially absorbed a wound.
Sweet. Well,
As you can drop their filters to be like it's full of goop.
well, seeing that everything is under control here, Churia nods to a
Yeah,
group
we'll
and
go up.
go
and see.
back.
Mm-hmm. Upstairs, probably men with guns are running into position, and orders are being shouted into telephones.
Yes.
Quotas.
But say, I feel like you're quoting something here.
Yeah, she stands up here looking at you, frowns slightly. Says, I have a bad feeling about this place. You should hurry.
Would we know which way is now, or would we just know it's somewhere in here?
There's a couple of doors. It's probably not upstairs, probably on this floor. Would probably be a not too bad assumption.
Okay.
Before Vice actually goes upstairs, she's gonna grab a few handfuls of the BTLs that were on the table.
Sure, she'll spend her time doing that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
one of the doors, the southern door here, begins bulging out.
Am I? I take cover behind the table.
Sure. She will actually. Yeah, it's sort of a minute thing reaction. She jumps down for the hole. As the door then, like.
Can Churia bring? I don't remember his name. Walbert?
Sure, she's fast enough to grab him.
Come here, robot.
As the door then is pushed outward with quite a lot of force, sort of like a wooden grenade, just shattering it in that direction, spreading the splinters everywhere, and you feel an extreme pressure from that door, pushing you towards the back wall of this room.
Cable cover.
Magic. The gravity in this room makes this wall the gravitational center point.
Oh wow.
As you basically fall down onto the side of the room. He's like,
He's behind us behind the table.
Come on, get here, robot. There we go.
that's basically the new floor in that room. Following that, you see a few grenades being dropped down towards you from this door, which is now technically by the new which is the new ceiling in the room, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that seems to be pretty bad. They appear to be
Well-
immolation grenades, which means they just light a lot of fire and heat where they go off. And I mean, this is a split-second thing. You're basically going to be burned.
I mean, we can try to react to this, can't we? In some way.
Yeah, if you have something that you can.
Can Churia pick up basically if Ashley's holding Walbert? Can Churia just cover Ashley somehow from this fire?
I mean, the idea is to. What I'm thinking first, can we stop the grenade from hitting us in the first place?
Oh, yeah, you always.
Because
I'm not gonna
We're
go
Shadowrunner.
kick it again.
We're Shadowrunners. Perhaps then, seeing the grenade about to pass through the door, try to detonate them up there by shooting the grenades.
Oh my god, what if I just pick up...
That sounds like something that a Shadowrunner could do, but it certainly also sounds desperate, because if you fail, like there's like 2 of them, and if you fail, they're gonna fall down here and you don't have time to get in cover or anything.
Okay, what if she does one and I do one?
It's still desperate.
Well,
know?
yeah, but maybe it's not as...
You could aid me. You could
Yeah,
aid me
I'll-
for +1 die, I suppose.
I'd like to aid you in this.
Warburg
Either
has,
that or I've used the table as a new door against that.
Warburg has like tracking signals, you know.
Sure. Mark down that you're apparently carrying a ranged weapon with you, I suppose.
Well, sure.
And one karma.
A pistol, I guess.
Yay.
And your 1 karma for assisting.
As I will shoot at grenades.
Well, this is weird. Suddenly, Shuri has a little pistol.
I shoot the grenades.
All right, you do. There is a complication, and that complication is called that even though they explode here, there's still quite a lot of fire, and you're sort of standing with a gun pointed at them, not really in time to get away. So basically, you will take serious harm from the full body burns of this fire. But yeah, though that is really not that helpful. I think it would be medium burns, because your deal here was to not be hit fully by them, and you don't get killed by burning the grenades. You shoot them, which reduces their impact to just a moderate burn. Do you think that's fair?
And I can't resist.
You can. Yeah, that's another thing. You can resist. You can always resist if you have something that makes sense.
Can I just pull her
Well,
down so she doesn't get hit by the debris, so she's in cover?
That would be an overwatch, which means that you would try to resist for her. Seems like a thing you could do, though.
yes, it's certainly something you could do.
Well, I am faster than you. And
Are you
True.
fast enough? Let's see
You
how
wanna-
much karma it takes for True Warrior to do that quickly.
It sounds like body, or how quickly do you react?
yeah,
Such a body, much shoe.
so much buddy.
It is in Choose nature to protect your allies.
Very.
Yeah.
Look
It
at
takes nothing.
She just
Easy.
Not stressful at all. Doesn't require any luck. All right. As the fire just explodes there, you hear someone cursing from up there.
I'm just keeping everyone behind this table.
And they must be so frustrated, like, wait, let's throw the super grenade in. And they just shoot a grenade, nothing happens. It's like, what the? How am I supposed to
Who are
fight
these
against this
people?
shit? Yeah, what the fuck?
I hope I've successfully burnt some of them with that grenade.
As downstairs you basically see like fire right from there, but the fire doesn't move as you would expect. It moves like sideways, right, as it's like pushed, and you can see like some of the dust that just like falls to the side of the room, right?
Guys, mage is messing with gravity.
Mages.
Yeah, I'm calling over there.
Oh,
Headset.
you just said the
I
word
hate
in
these
the
goddamn
sound.
Okay,
things.
You saw the
Okay.
headset. We
You're
could
rather
use some
quiet,
assistance.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Warburg wants to
Hello.
peek his head out here and see what's out here.
Sure. He climbs up the stairs that are now like a weird shelf.
Oh, I
Basically.
thought it was like a door to a room.
Oh, there is,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah,
gravity of this room makes that the
This is
floor.
now
So
the
he's sort of
floor.
climbing up the stair. Like
Oh, sure.
sort of to get to the.
Well, he has clamps and stuff.
Yeah, he sticks his face in that room, and in there he sees a drug lab,
hmm
which is sort of a rather big room. Such here, there's like long table areas where these things are dealt with. Apparently, a few of the gangbangers you just killed were probably working in here, because there's no one right now. In the room, there's like a door over here too. The room does seem to be like volatile. There's Bunsen burners and stuff, like heating volatile chemicals and stuff like that. But right now, like, it's not a great room to begin shooting in, for example. But they seem to want to avoid it, probably because it's
Would
valuable
Warburg-
stuff. So
And I mean, engineering knowledge and stuff is going on here, right? Would Warburg think that this wall here is very solid, or could he basically kick through it?
It's like drywall with a bit of effort. Yeah.
All right, then Warburg will basically pop here and then just. What I want to do is just shoot my way in here and flank them and start just murdering them.
Sure. That sounds like a control test. The worst thing that can happen here is that the wall turns out to be thicker or reinforced or something, so you can't do it, basically.
Okay. Let's see. Warburg. I guess that's a pilot test for Warburg. Yeah. Pilot. All right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I am a gearhead.
Okay.
So I am in Warburg. That means that I use my piloting, right?
I believe so.
Yes, and whatever he has in piloting skill does not apply.
No, that's when he's supposed to.
Yep. All right, I am a gearhead, which means I add my logic score to my piloting tests.
This is what you do.
Yeah.
Because this wall is shitty school drywall of plaster and a few boards and like some like padding of like asbestos, as the bullets just like fly in there, like a person in a filthy gray robe like God like crumbles by the door where he's been using his magic to do this thing, and he's just riddled with bullets, right?
Yes. Technology wins again.
Yeah, just not ready for that. He wasn't.
I guess this is my cue to help.
I think so.
Unless others wanna.
The room by itself, if I'm gonna say that, has a minor room here. What seems to have been once like a school bathroom divide. Got a one by the head then basement, but property values in Berlin, it's difficult to.
I don't want to skip anyone. If anyone wants to do something before I jump in there.
And then they have another door in here, which seems to have been like a tool closet place. However, the bathroom to like the men's room has like a big chain wrapped around the door, right? And in here, basically, there seem to be two other majory figures, and they're going to do majory things to both Warburg and to whoever enters this door. Yeah.
Well, I kind of expect. What?
Actually, we'll just only move up to here, so you feel free to go inside.
Okay, it's just that if Halldamir wants to do something, or.
No.
But
Halldamir is like making a sandwich right now or something.
No.
Well, Halldamir was gathering BTLs. In the basement.
Vice is getting BTLs from.
He's getting BTLs. She's on the ground on her knees, like scrapping through the water and the stuff to get potential drugs.
Yeah.
I forgot that part.
Nice.
It's her Vice.
Is there anyone in here?
Yes, 2 mages.
Oh, yeah,
Extra XP, man. Extra XP.
X's there for you.
XP!
Oh, just shoving your face into the water.
Yeah.
Make this color here. There's like one there, another one like taking cover here by the door.
Well, I guess. No, I'll stand.
And they're both like doing magic right now.
I'll stand in between them and try to cut.
Just coming
right,
in.
This is definitely desperate because they are rather good at hurting people, and they're also doing magic, and they're not surprised.
Warburg will help.
The danger here is that one of them will like summon a big monster thing that'll probably try to do bad things to you.
I'm helping.
Big monster thing with bad things.
Yeah, you get an extra die from Warburg, who's giving covering fire, basically.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
You managed to stab him and kill him before he managed to get the spell off. The other one, though, you don't really have time to deal with. This guy is dodging and weaving. You move behind him, slice him up, and this guy just like stumbles back, like to get out of the door.
I would kind of like to hit the guy in front here, so Ashley
all right,
would
sure,
have,
we can do that. That's fair enough.
So Ashley can do,
Part of the door came with him, but I guess.
Ashley's at the door, so she can go ahead and start shooting. Well.
His eyes closed. You begin to see like the form. There's several barrels in here, or what seems to be like a sewer goop and body parts, and from them begin to like swell these like miasma of just basically hands reaching up and like begin to claw their way out of these barrels to like form some sort of big, mouthy monster thing. It's just horrible smell of decay spreading everywhere.
Is
And that's
this
basically what's going to happen if you fail here.
is this the freaking thing we were transporting with B Team?
Yes.
No.
Freaking sounds like it.
Warburg will help again.
Is this desperate out of curiosity?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And Warburg's helping?
Just shooting everywhere.
All right. So you do shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
However, the creature he is summoning does have time to manifest.
Well, perhaps Ashley resists this consequence.
How?
Because Ashley saw he was summoning, and therefore, like, seeing how she was, there's like all like gestures and motions needing to be made for the spell. So she specifically like shot his hand so he couldn't do it properly.
Ah.
All right. So would you say that is her situational awareness that makes her? She understands what he's doing just from going into the room, or is it more of her? I mean, that sounds reasonable, doesn't it? That's the difficult part. You can shoot a guy. If you can shoot him, you can probably shoot him in the face or the mouth or whatever. Yeah. She understand what he's doing. She might have had some situational awareness. That makes sense.
Sure.
All right, she takes a karma to shoot him in the mouth.
She has to focus a little bit more to hit the right spot.
Yeah.
But that's all.
Turns out they should have made this magic beforehand because they are mage people and they are squishy. And maybe if you had gone from the top down to this place, they would have had more time to prepare because that's where the guardians are. Silly ghouls somehow managed to not spot you. Oh well. People are probably coming from upside though. You hear what sounds like a lot of people, because turns out that there were actually like their boss was down here doing work, and now you've allegedly killed him or something. So,
Get.
gangbangers, not too dangerous, but when there's a lot of them, and when they're like techno gangbangers, it gets a little worse.
I would say that the men's toilet door, Chewie's gonna cut the chain over.
Just
Like a
walk
strength
through it.
thing.
It's like
The danger here is that it takes time to do.
Okay, then she'll use her freaking strength to pull it.
Sure. Yeah. Let's see.
rip it
Guys,
off.
guys,
Warburg
downstairs-
is covering.
She wants to do
Warburg
it
is covering
basically
the stairs.
incredibly fast. What are you doing?
Warburg is covering the stairs.
Okay.
Guys downstairs, prepare for
She's
covering fire.
basically using her hands to just pull the chain apart. Because I know I'm strong. So that's it's a close combat.
That'd be athletics, I think, to do a feat of strength.
Athletics, and I get my +1 die from.
It
Actually-
certainly is strength, yeah, since you're trying to rip chain apart.
I rip train apart.
That's something most people can do, but you can do it.
She has robotic arms.
Oh,
All right, you do it. It takes a little bit of time. It makes some noise, but yeah, it's generally a success. The risk here was would take extra time, so not much is spent.
okay.
And as soon as you do, basically inside you see, like more barrels of this goopy stuff, and you see basically one in the center. There's like a big rusty bathtub full of like this nasty shit, and then there's like a person like in that bathtub with his hands and feet clearly like bound to the sides of it, just sort of laying there in this cold goop. He seems to be out cold, very pale and just filled of this like nastiness with like he's still been beaten, right, before being put in there.
God, that's sick. Churoya quickly runs in to pick him up in her arms.
Right, it smells absolutely disgusting. He's covered in human like body parts and pus and whatever else.
Yeah, but at this point she's really like, this is really messed up. I need to get this kid out of this tub.
It's difficult to produce evil spirits, but yeah. Yeah, she can rip the things off. He's out cold though.
Yeah, but
As she picks up, he's a a young man, like probably like 21 or something like that.
okay. Well, she picks him up and puts her jacket around him.
That jacket is ruined.
Yeah,
Fine,
sure
there
doesn't
we go.
care.
We leave.
Yeah.
We leave.
Out here, basically, like, we have Dwarf Star poking at Vice, saying, like, get your head in the game. They're here. As she nudges her towards the sewer entrance, where sort of gurgling sounds and like a head of like someone who's completely hairless, has like white eyes as if he's been living in a dark place for a very long time, like filed teeth, like clearly been biting his own lips for a very long time, as they're just like almost ripped off, like making like a ghoulish stare, just skin peeling off his face as he like looks and like sniffs around, looking to Vice.
Oh my god.
Moving up, right?
I ate his
Like she's like shaking back, like, come on, like you can't just, get your fucking fix somewhere else, amateur. This is not the time.
Vice will look up, look at it.
She'll begin like giving the robot down here, like giving the drone like a kick to set off like the damage alarm to
okay. All right, yeah.
Because like someone has kicked your drone, like someone's hurting it.
Right, in that case, Warburg will dive down. Be like, what the fuck is? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a couple more of the ghoulish creatures begin being the way.
so
You can hear the stairs, like someone up there like moves up to like the bottom and opens the door to throw down.
Right, so
probably like another. Yeah.
What I want to do.
Where are these ghouls coming from? Here? The purple.
They're coming
thing?
from here.
Okay. Yeah, I was a little confused which place it was coming.
So what I want to do is when Warburg dives down here, Siegel gets back into himself, and then he will basically shout up, "Get down here, damn it!" as he will fasten a few charges on the stairwell, prepared to blow it up once the others have gotten down here, ruining the way, like ruining them from following us, blocking the way, basically.
Sure. Yeah, True will go to Ashley and be like, it's time to move.
All right, got it. Carry him. I'll cover you.
Or up there though is basically being kicked up as someone sticks their head in, throws in like a flash grenade. It's like a punk, looking very much like a Decker ganger, just as Asher Webb would have been once.
Mm-hmm.
Probably have their homemade like munitions and stuff with them.
Mm-hmm.
As it goes down there and just yeah. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna make it very difficult for you to get down those stairs in time. This is something that you could resist, say no, for some reason I don't get affected by it. Or you could simply accept that, you're gonna not really be able to easily climb down those stairs blind. It's a makeshift, shitty ladder.
I would like to resist it.
Right, how does the flashbang not affect you?
I would say that with her fast reflexes, she sees the flash grenade before it explodes, and with that she quickly avoids her eyes so she doesn't get blinded.
Her quick reflexes, I mean, that wouldn't normally be possible, but I suppose she does have a special thing for having incredibly fast reflexes, so how'd you argue with that? You can try your body, I suppose. Makes sense. To see how well you resist it. All right, you take 2 karma for the pressure of such a fast reaction. All right, what about?
Well, perhaps for Ashley, given that she's gotten used to warfare at various points, and flash grenades do make for very useful weapons, so she often expects them to show up. Perhaps then she happens to have glasses of image link with her, which she happens to have essentially she preemptively had hers treated to basically be kind of flash resistant a little bit.
So you said telling me that she puts on the douche glasses.
Sure, that would be her foresight to put those on then.
So. Basically logically thinking about, okay, how would I protect against this and.
Right, this would only make sense, really, as logic, because she was once part of these people and would have a reasonable idea of what to expect once she sees.
Kind of my thought. As a gang person, she knows what kind of weapons we deal with, etc.
Sure. All right.
Well,
take your karma and do your thing.
Mm-hmm. and
No.
get down the stairs.
My reasoning was like, I just rolled a 1. I can't roll a 1 again.
Yeah,
And I
you
rolled
you
2.
will see, I guess, like Vice stand up from her. They're gathering like pockets full of little, basically like a little plastic ceiling. They're like all vacuum sealed, and then there's just like a little chip card that you did basically slot in your head, right? That it gives you a certain amount of minutes of just incomplete joy.
Well, seeing the weird.
Yeah, a few of them just seem to be feral and rising up, but one of them, like, moves his head up, like, one eye is, like, broken. Like, basically, like, his pupil is shattered. Sort of putting the black sort of his eye flowing into the rest of him. And then he has one eye that seems to work as it fixes upon you. Basically, he looks at you just for a moment before declaring that all his ghouls should probably eat you. Because you don't seem to be his employers.
Well, she shoots him.
All right. I suppose that is certainly a declaration of battle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Go first. I'll go after you.
yeah.
You saw the
What?
5.
the feral ones, and then we have the leader there. Yeah. You shoot him, but not before he like yells out for them to go. In like a weird gurgling sound. Maybe they have their own language even nowadays. But they certainly do. They are feral ghouls, and they are fairly resilient creatures. The disease that they suffer from has affected them. They don't really feel pain much. They have greater senses. They can see in this darkness and smoke just fine. And, these ones are particularly used to killing people for work and food. And so they will close in. And we also had a stairway that was going to blow up.
Yes, I'm gonna detonate that now.
That's the one that was shut by Vice. Slumps backwards like.
Again, controlled detonation. I don't want to blow up the whole building. I don't want to blow up us. I just want to collapse the staircase.
This is risky. The risk being. Well, I suppose I could ask you then. Would you rather go too much or too little?
Too
Should
little
things go bad. All right.
in this case,
Yep.
because
The
we are
risk
very
here
close
will
to it.
just be that it exactly that it doesn't do enough to ruin the stair.
That's fine. Let's see what we can do. Oh yeah.
Oh, it does, and with something else too. What little extra benefit do you think you could? See if you can think of anything.
Maybe the explosion scare off some ghouls.
Yeah, maybe the explosion is just very loud, or some frightens a ghoul, or like some of the debris hits the ghoul and knocks it out, or like hinders them or sends them away, or.
That's only a minor benefit that generally is related to it. I don't think they would be afraid from loud sounds, really. But maybe there are other ones outside. Yeah, I could see it. I could see the sound being a warning to others who might think to ambush you in the sewers now. Going, maybe we shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, sure. You'll never know what you missed, but maybe that's just as well.
Sure.
All right. Very loud, intimidating boom echoing through the sewers as these ghouls basically close in to kill you all.
Well,
Wolfstar, I've got him.
Now, the person who shot there is, of course, a primary target.
okay, well, you are nuts at Ashley. You trust her.
Yeah,
Go Shu.
I'll take the boy from Shoot Warrior and tell just tell shoot, kill. Get them.
You also have a friend here who will deal with one of them.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Bam.
Shoot Warrior, walking tank. Go in.
Go Shu. Fly.
Fly, you fools. Now that would totally be 2 hours saying that. It's you.
Run!
Yeah.
The stairs exploded.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, Shu managed to dispatch it. Now, this is not something some old person would just be able to kill with one slice, but it's Shu Warrior we're talking about. And,
She's worth 5 people.
he's very, yeah. The 2 of them, though, will go for Vice. She's kind of here. And,
Not the face.
And, yeah, they like the look of that face, and they delicious fresh meat. They haven't eaten in hours, so
Wow.
they want to tear some of that face meat off the bone, if they can.
Off the bone.
But
My
she's too
God.
pretty.
They're fast. They're strong. Yeah. How is she reacting to them, like charging her like this? Stewart just cuts one down.
She'll try and shoot the leader again because I don't think I killed him.
The leader is dead.
Oh,
the one
okay.
she shot before.
I'll just kill the guy furthest away from Shu.
All right. Now there are two of them charging you. You can possibly only kill one if you're lucky. That means that you would take basically two consequences. A desperate roll to see if you shoot one. The other one you would simply accept unless someone else has a way to. Maybe someone else could overwatch you to block that consequence. But just informing you that's the standard here.
So either way, there's
I can overwatch you.
okay.
Siegler has been in these situations before. He has been in wartime situations, and he has had his squad under fire and eaten by ghouls, and he will not let this shit happen again.
But not before it managed to gouge a big lunge of her thigh, ripping that out.
Yeah, but she's too pretty to hit.
I suppose. It's more difficult for it because it goes for the face.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's see.
She said, "You wouldn't hurt me, would you, winky face?"
Three,
Oh wow!
damn, wow.
Three.
4
Three
threes.
karma
That
then.
is not a big chance.
No, that is
That's
well, the odds
impressive.
on that one.
It would have been worse though. I mean,
You know, apparently they weren't that much of fans.
so 3 karma.
Either way.
And Siegler will
Yeah.
stop the other one from doing its dirty work.
Yep. Let's see how much you. It's basically just a resistance roll there.
Yeah.
To see what karma you take. 2 karma to knock it back a little bit for it to basically like look at there and like make its it's like weird gurgling rending sound as it like rips another piece of its own lip to swallow because it just can't stop hungering for meat. Right.
Mhm.
The dangerous thing of fighting ghouls, of course, is always like the fear of being contaminated by them and. Yeah, beginning of an insatiable hunger for human flesh as well. But
That would be the other comeback album for Vice. My insatiable hunger for human flesh.
charity CD.
Well, when Chihuahua can't
What a
shoot
children.
the next one.
Sure is incredibly fast. So yeah, ordinarily, yeah, okay, sure. Why
Well
not?
went into existence.
Whenever we ask who should act first, it's always True Warrior.
Hooray!
And she gets to simply cut it down because she's amazing at that. So, yeah.
Now I recommend we take a strategic retreat.
Yes, we extricate.
Seems like there could have been more here. Like, could have been more dangerous things out there. But whatever they might have been scared away
By the huge ass explosion.
by all that noise, yeah. And the other ghoul was dealt with, so you can certainly extricate yourself.
Back to the van and drive away.
Don't even find the big badger either. Upstairs, as you hear people
Big
cursing
badger.
at like knocking at the exploded stairway and stuff like that. You see a little more miasma begin to flow out of the pipe, but you manage to just leave.
Yep.
I assume
We're out.
with the boy.
Into the
right?
car and drive home.
As soon as you get out into the sewer, basically, like a dwarf star asks to carry the
Of
boy.
course.
While
He
we're,
calls
while
him
we're
the
moving,
boy, even though he's clearly a grown man.
while we're moving
He's
around.
naked, by the way, completely, and just
Oh,
but
well, no,
he's
has a
covered
jacket on,
in
has a
thick,
jacket on.
crusty
No, I
filth.
covered it, gave him my jacket.
Oh yeah,
on.
all right. Yeah, he's
have a-
covered in thick, crusty filth and a jacket.
I have a long leather jacket.
I would transfer her over and then comment on how I'm going to get a new jacket. I'm going to have to get a new jacket myself now.
She is not. She's not. Her like lips are tightly pressed together, so they're a little bit white. And yeah, no, she's you're getting the hell out of there. And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Into the car.
all the bad stuff happens in the East, it turns out, because nobody
Oh,
cares about people. Yeah, you. We see you next time, I suppose. Like, back at your hideout, perhaps. Like stepping out of the shower. I don't know.
Oh yeah, long showers.
A whole decontamination cycle.
Yeah. it is bad. She basically has to be set off, like the place where you met her, as she's taken her boy to whatever place she might have wanted to take him.
hideout.
Yeah, to clean probably pretty thoroughly, and then probably take to the hospital or something like that, because that's kind of potential for some quite severe infections and diseases for being stuck in a cold bath full of human filth for days, restrained in there. That's not a good thing to have happen to you. But as none of your characters would know, bad spirits are made from misery and from suffering and from horrible things happening. So, yeah. But then again, people can summon them using the charms you produce from the remains of whoever you did this to. So, that's a good money business.
This is one of these occasions where I don't feel bad taking out these people. There's nothing bad coming from these killing these people.
They're drug pushers and toxic shamans.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, people who embrace the bad magic of the world, which is bad. There's no, none of this symbolic icons like it. They all fucking hate it. This came kind of people who in another time might have become bug shamans and invited the bug spirits into the world in exchange for power, like putting eggs inside of people and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's bad.
It's very bad. Yeah, it's very illegal as well.
Is Bug City still a thing, or is it destroyed?
It is. It has like a big wall sort of thing around it, and people are sending in teams to kill bugs.
Yeah.
Because they have lots of nests in there and such, but they have curbed most of the big nests. There should be no queens in there and such. The whole bug thing, right now, it's mostly used it's kind of like a nuclear weapon situation. You really don't want terrorists to get their hands on a bug egg.
No.
Just put that thing somewhere, let it incubate in someone, and then you've got a whole terrible problem.
Yep.
When it's discovered, though, the corporate council hits that shit with a hammer. They don't take half measures dealing with that sort of thing.
Just send in everything.
It's everyone agrees that that's something that should die. So,
well,
then again,
that's good.
Why wouldn't all the corporations have some frozen down or something? Who knows when, conspiracies exist everywhere.
Of course.
About what the mega corporations
somewhere
do.
in one of these boardrooms where you only see
Tibetan vault.
Yeah, you only see a boardroom where you only see the silhouette, the XCOM council guy, and they sit around and talk, and that's where they have the eggs.
Steal the fates of the world. Luther holds one and says, "Why shouldn't I use them?"
Exactly. Why shouldn't I? Yeah. I will always succeed.
Yeah. That was that job. It wasn't. It went pretty well, everything considered.
But so.
Narcissus is dead, but that doesn't mean that he isn't going to stop. That he's going to stop being a pain in the asshole of Asherweb, because now she also has all his friends to deal with because she killed him. How will they find out that it was her? Well, she'll probably brag about it online.
Probably. That seems like something she would do.
Public list, enemies killed.
I will say it's very nice to run with the full original team, and it's nice to feel competent.
You are very competent, especially at what you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a rigger, a professional, well-trained rigger into his machine, and have him do things in there that he is also professionally trained in doing, and he will pretty much succeed. At it. Same with Chiwarrior. Put her at a gang member's face with a pipe, and he will fucking be crumbled, and she will play Legos with his body parts.
Apparently put me inside a computer and all things go to hell.
Oh yeah. Well, it's all about what you challenge, right?
And if you need a cocky, idiotic, stupid fucking technomancer to be tased repeatedly present advice.
While having loads and loads of people acting as heroes around him.
With style, too.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing Vice certainly has, is a lot of style.
You know, you'll get tased while simultaneously getting help from her.
It is one of my favorite scenes so far in this campaign has been that taser scene, which is like, oh, won't someone help me? It's amazing.
It
Love
is.
that.
It's beautiful.
So first and foremost, Vice, the chips you get aren't amazing. You can probably slot a few of them, just as a backup supply. Other than that, you can certainly sell them for cred, if you so desire. Just push a few drugs, It's low quality, but the problem with them is they're fast burners. They're designed to get people hooked, mainly. You can buy some kits to sell them to, Goes. So you can sell them for a cred if you want.
I'm sure she could.
Or you
sell
can get a
them
plus
somewhere.
one to your next. You can get an extra die to your next indulgent roll.
Oh, extra dice. That's pretty good. Actually, I'll take
If you have
that.
a preference.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take the plus
All right,
one.
I'll put it down here. You note it down as well, so we should remember it.
Yeah, because I've got 6 karma to extinguish, so I might as well keep
She
it. in
can
case.
she can slot a few extra chits. Just stick them in there. Well, in the head. What's the worst thing that can happen? Let's see here. Right, there we go. That is noted down. How lovely. How lovely that is.
Beautiful.
Alright.
Get a quick
No.
resume of what I missed.
The chip she stole, he's choosing to, or she's choosing to just stick him in her head and be happy for a bit.
Well,
long time.
as part of a
Instead of
karma-
selling them to kids to get them hooked.
as part of like the karma clear, it's an extra die
Oh.
on the roll.
Oh,
so-
oh.
Other than that, you're home taking long, delicious showers
Yeah.
because you don't want to, yeah. All right. This mission took standard exposure. That's pretty much it. So that is just 2, and that would be with the organized crime.
Is going to be our essentially assassination of her and the AI project separate mission next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where Mr. Sitlan suggested that you simply plant explosives on their fusion reactor and blow the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, that can do. You know what? Can do, sir.
It's not subtle, but
He said it
know-
sort of with that flick of his hand, like when Raku's not subtle. Just do whatever. Just
I-
make
I
sure it
can blow
happens. I
things
don't
up.
care.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So you can
What?
add two
Seeker's already
heat for
prepping the
organized crime.
explosions.
Okay, adding that on.
I have designed these explosives.
Also, by the way, Jonas, thank you. You stopped us from going over the edge on organized crime.
Yes,
You're not
yes.
wanted by them.
Yeah.
I felt that because we're gonna be doing some dirt, and I was like,
Yeah, Ziegler, I'm coming to your workshop later. We've got some explosives to build.
yes.
You get your 4 creds for this mission. It is not a high-paying mission. He didn't personally care about these people, but he understands that you have running costs, and he is paying you mostly to cover those because this didn't really give him anything. This is just expense on his part, but hopefully this thing in the end will pay off well. So.
Everyone take 1 cred.
Yeah.
Alright.
Man.
Hooray!
Huzzah!
Then we have potential entanglement. Let's see.
Entanglement. What's the French say?
Ugh.
It's not a 1.
Not a 1.
All right. Well, that certainly is interesting enough, because turns out that the guy who just killed Nakizos was part of the man who supplied Jibril with his cool party chips.
I'm so sorry, Jabril.
God damn it.
And either he will basically have to kick Vice out of his damn establishment,
God damn it.
and even that tell everyone he knows that she is not going to get back in for any of them either. Basically, shut her off from illegal chips as punishment, or she could break that and go find some still against his sort of permission, in which case he will declare you to a -3 by saying nobody does this and gets away with it. You don't do this to me. You don't disobey me in that way. And he would then begin sending people to kill you all.
So isn't it a bit much to go from 0 to -3?
It is. However, it is because you have 6 organized crime heat. How much heat you have with the group makes the entanglements worse.
Oh. So
I just don't.
he either goes super crazy insane and starts attacking us, or I lose my vice dealer.
Or
You do have voice.
actually, you offer him to make it okay again by doing for him a special contract. Now that doesn't have to be next time, but there will be a contract you basically have to do or go to war. Which
Or
won't
lose
necessarily
my
pay
vice dealer.
anything. It's like okay, you fucking ruined my deal. Well, I've got to make this money back somehow, and you can offer to do that for me.
Well, we don't want war.
No, God no.
We can offer when our current work is over that we'll do a job for him.
I mean,
Can't we?
currently he's not living at home really because his house burned down, so we could easily kill him potentially.
Yeah, but so it'll basically be either way. We're gonna have to do an unpaid job to get Vice a new dealer, so that she
Yep,
can
or
clear
an
the karma track.
Or an unpaid. Will it be paid for Jibril, or are we just doing it pro bono?
You might be able to, you would do it to make up to him to ruining his business, but you might be able to. It would probably be theft. So you could probably earn something from it too on the side, by stealing other stuff.
Mhm.
But he basically go, yeah, I need, I'm gonna make this money up, and I sell.
I need a
stupid
painting.
shit. So
It's getting a new dealer always a mission, or can it
no, it
be
could also
like
be a long-term project, for example.
No, because we can certainly be like whatever, and then just go to someone completely different, just throw credits at the problem.
It's true. All of us could do a long-term
Yeah,
project
it
together.
would be difficult to find someone who's not connected to the underground like mafia. But you could probably find yakuza, or even try to do law enforcement, and get into their confiscated stash or something like
Like,
that.
hey, Norman.
Wouldn't be as glamorous probably, because she already sort of lost one vice dealer, and but yeah, that certainly is an option too.
Long-term project seems like the best way. I'm guessing it would be an 8-stage clock.
Potentially.
Something like that.
Which means that we need to do this in this common downtime, because we need you to have karma reduction for the next mission, because the next mission is going to be the really tricky one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
I mean, it is worth noting that you can reduce your karma without having a vice dealer. You just pay
Just pay
cred
privilege.
for each die you wanna roll for it, because basically you
So-
go out of your way to. You don't have a guy, you just get
pay your way.
whatever you can by paying a
So
lot
it
of
is-
more money than normal from it.
So it is possible to say, okay, cut that off, and then it would be a long-term project, but he would spend actions to
To gain one, yeah,
gain one, and he can still spend a credit to
to get a die of reduction.
get a die of reduction. So it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, we could
Amusingly,
also.
I find Ashley's way of doing it is essentially advertising.
I mean, we could do a run for him. I suppose. I just don't like him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, like the guy who actually was working with the
I mean,
people you
if-
just killed.
No.
Okay, if you want, then how about then we go ahead and we cut we just say, okay, we don't get any more drugs from him. We cut it off, and then we long-term project to find somewhere else.
Yep.
As a group.
I think that's
Sure.
the better option than doing a
Because
mission.
we can as a group work together on a long-term project to find a dealer.
Yeah.
I think we gave him a cheese.
If you will then by your vice down there, pleasure, if you will then put like 2 dashes on either side of it, so remember that that's actually not something you can get access to right now, except for like going like buying them backhand somewhere for exorbitant.
I have a few old gang contacts. Come on.
I know a few people in smuggling. I could probably hook you up with something.
As he's not angry with you, you just have to accept that when you do things that damage his business, there are consequences.
It's just business.
Okay.
We got what we need out of him.
Not personal, it's just business.
Yeah.
Which is fine. He has a lot of
parties now.
He has a lot of costs these days. His house burned down, and
You're not very hyper with us.
I don't know if you saw that, by the way, DDS, but we burned down his house.
You did.
I don't remember you burning down his house.
B team burned down his house.
B team
Last
burned
time.
down his house
Yeah.
completely.
Like
Completely.
utter
It's a pile of
It's a wreck.
yeah.
Really.
Rubbish.
Okay.
Not only did we set
Kill his
house,
Yakuza guest whom we was making
Kid?
friends with.
not only
Okay,
did we set
I
his
did not know
house on
about this.
fire, but we also accidentally released a fire spirit that's burned everything else.
And
Yeah.
I was forced to use incredibly powerful Aztec blood magic to kill the dude we were
Yep.
So this-
after.
So this is what happened to my week off, did it?
You're basically
It's-
after a true warrior.
So he is
Yeah, we went
he's a
after
bit-
the
He
warrior.
is not happy, and he also doesn't have a lot of. Actually, you should change his hold to a W instead of an S,
oh ho ho!
Went
That's
down to
delightful.
Jeez.
because
What does
he
that
he is. That means that he is stumbling to keep his position as a level 3 within the criminal world.
Yeah. It's a
Awesome.
weak
Due to
hold.
his like pushing him down is not that difficult.
Yeah.
Like ruining his assets further would make him fall to a level 2, which means that probably some other dude would like take his place, right, as the boss guy, or maybe the
Well-
Russian mafia or the Polish mafia or the like another not French one would take over the control of.
Wasn't
of
it pretty obvious that he was the one who killed the guy we were at the funeral at when we got him?
Oh yeah, but that was kind of like a like mafia thing of it's such a shame that he died, but of course we killed him because he reasons.
Terrible shame.
Terrible shame.
Well, now he'll know how it is.
But yeah, sure, we'll do a long-term project. We understand.
We took those lemons and made fire with it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I've already
luckily,
got-
you can at least make one indulgence roll by yourself because you do have chips you
I
just
have
gathered.
chips, yeah.
So you have a die, even
That's
if you don't
fine.
have any other die, you still have one die. So
Yeah.
Hooray!
Weird.
you could just
Yeah,
spend those.
I could do a lot. I could help with a long-term project for you. I've already done like 4 for myself.
Yeah.
A medium, and 3 strongs.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few.
I've been a
Right.
sink of long-term projects.
Mm.
Certainly. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's the entanglement. We'll do downtime next time because I like starting with that. It sort of brings everything in,
Yeah.
get a little role play going and stuff like that. Yeah. So let's do the experience then.
Yay!
Shall we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone. Okay, we'll do it from the opposite side, I think. So we'll start with Ashley.
Oh, okay. Right.
So, did you overcome a challenge with deception or evasion?
With deception or evasion. Well, I initially tried to evade the grenades exploding on us, but that I don't know if that really counts as evasion for it, quite so much.
Do you feel like you fulfilled your role of being an infiltrator?
There's a lot more guns blazing today than I would have liked, honestly. I don't know if I did that much.
I'm sorry I took your evasion. I didn't know.
All right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, I can't-
Your history of being a street kid ex-gang hacker, though, that came up.
yeah, that certainly came up. Also me doing a bit of roleplay there, talking about how I just hated that guy so much.
Oh, yeah. You can take your thing for that.
Actually, I'll go ahead. I'm going to stash that into my physical XP to level up to my body.
You don't have any flaws, and I don't think your vice came up
It
particularly.
definitely didn't this time.
Yeah, they don't really have that many computers in a drug house full of mages. It's not really what they do.
I think I'm going to upgrade my stealth. I'm going to have stealth 2 now.
Yeah, sure. Gotta do some more infiltration then.
Dark, it's totally fine if you tell me now. I'll take the hit from.
Actually, admittedly, I did overcome one challenge with evasion, deception or evasion, I suppose, which was sneaking into that place for my long-term project.
If you feel like you did, then you did. Yeah.
Another thing.
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
I gained 1 XP for my playbook. Feel happy.
The
slowest
nice.
level.
Did you overcome a challenge with social grace or leadership?
Right at the beginning.
You
did.
led a few teamwork acts as well. So.
That too. Yeah.
You checked your online, but you were, as it turns out, in the Ranraku employee database. So
Funny that.
that's cool. Yeah. Did we understand that you are a discarded drug addict pop star? Did
Yes.
that come up?
The drug addict did. Yeah.
Yeah. Would they say that? I would say that's more your vice, though.
Yeah, it's more of your vice, really.
Maybe,
but...
yeah.
But I'd say take for that too. You work with the Aztecs. There certainly were a talk there of what would happen if you began making problems and such. I think you should take for both of them, honestly.
Sure.
Also because you chose to not help the others, instead just dig for drugs in a sewage basement. So,
And make a sandwich.
All the drugs.
if not, you had a friend there, you'd been eaten by ghouls, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Whatever.
No.
Oh,
Not happy too
drugs.
pretty. They would have left my face alone there and used it for a mask or something.
Yeah.
Ghouls. Wonderful. That's a good experience for you this session.
Yeah, not bad.
Then we have Ziegler or Sovereign. Or Conrad, for that matter.
Yeah. Connie.
Did he overcome a challenge with knowledge or
Don't-
experimentation?
Don't call him Gottfried, though. He hates that.
The experimentation of the knowledge of this wall is really thin. I can shoot through it.
He did use his knowledge of engineering to identify a wall to shoot through.
I would call that
pipes, that
experimentation.
matter.
And the pipes, yep.
Yeah, sure. Take it.
I would more call that the experimentation side of things.
It works either way.
Did we hear about him being in the first year of war, coming back disillusioned and being divorced?
Well, apart from him putting the moves on the sexy mama, like all old war veterans do, did he?
His Overwatch
I think
advice,
that
maybe?
counts. We heard he was older, he was grizzled.
Yeah.
He felt
okay.
kind of in that bar,
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
It's like a roleplay thing.
There was,
yeah.
there was,
I don't think we saw him suffer for his AI research, though.
No.
There was, again, with those darks, it's not really a very technological location.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Next
It was
time,
it was sort of a setting up mission, more so, to
It's
do
fine, it's fine.
more of a bigger one next time. Yeah.
it's fine. Next time, Jonas, me and you will shine of our drawbacks.
True Warrior, as usual, did something of physical mastery. She ripped chains apart with her. You could say bare hands, but they're not really. Like, let's be honest here. They're giant metal arms.
Metal arms.
Obvious metal limbs, as it
Yeah.
says. You cannot hide them. Basically.
Well, it is in her looks
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, so that you certainly get for that, I'd say. Did we get anything about her being a red samurai trainee?
I don't think so.
All right.
Still 1 XP. though.
She did suffer for her vice, though.
She did.
She overindulged. We've done that before. Turned out not to be so bad, but that's mostly because of who she is. Not really, and the role, of course. But yeah, I think she takes one for that too.
Yeah, so 2 XP in total.
Oh my god, it means I get something.
Ooh.
Remember, you can put it in like body or presence as well.
If you wanted to.
I know, but
If you want
She'd
You
rather
don't
have
have
her
to
play.
own- yeah. Oh yeah.
I
of course.
kind of like for Jew when you unleash physical violence to protect a teammate.
Yeah.
You do that a lot.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. I just wanted to remind you.
How
because
does he
you're
not
really
get
close
shot? I
to
cut
presence
the shooting guy's head off.
Yeah. Just, I slice
I
him
guess
up.
you get a bonus time.
No,
Yeah,
this,
kebab.
this is to protect someone.
Yeah, it's when you basically take when you
But that's how
overwatch
she
someone with
protects
violence.
someone. She protects someone by slicing others up.
If I'm right, Manaki, that's the only thing that grants bonuses on resistant rolls.
It is very rare to get bonuses resist rolls, and +1 die is certainly something. It's of course for her body resistance mainly, because that's what you didn't really do with violence.
Yeah.
So it's not it's not as useful as many other ones, but it certainly would mean that Chew is all about jumping in front of bullets and that sort of thing. So
Yes.
in this case, it's doing violence to protect a teammate. He would embarrass you in front of all the nobles, but I punch him in the face before he can do it. You're like, well, all
That'll
right.
save us from embarrassment.
Well, it certainly.
It looks
Yeah,
like
I'm sure she'll find ways of doing that. Yeah.
I kick the gun out of his hand.
Well, I think it's very fitting. The funny thing is, I call it True Warrior before I saw that there was something called for True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put the other XP?
Sure, you got 2 points of XP.
She put both of them in playbook
Oh,
to get the
okay.
advance.
I still love this though for True Warrior. Just 4 combat dice from
It has
Have
been
She
very.
uses it a lot. I mean, it's what she does. That and athletics is what uses.
It has
mostly.
been very necessary.
Have
Yeah,
you
and
Why
it's-
seen my
does she
B
mostly
team?
use that? Because it's all she has, really.
Yeah.
It's very
Well-
different. It's very different from me spreading out my skills everywhere.
Well, it's really hard to get presence and logic. It's not. It's only because now we can train presence. She's been
Yeah,
reading and listening to a lot of audiobooks about.
I get that. I get that. I struggle with my presence a little bit to level that
You
up.
can the thing is to gain those things. Generally, you would fail spectacularly because you have to use them in desperate situations, and
Yeah.
usually you don't want to use something you're terrible at when the stakes are high, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dark.
if you look at my B team character, I think it's even worse because it's even more narrowly minded.
Yeah, you've completely one-shot straight down logic to get sorcery.
Yeah. Where Shoe's at least got
So,
a bit more athletics.
Where you notice
Knights
with all.
in general did a successful mission. Gets a team XP.
Yay! If much-
Were you particularly subtle about it?
We tried to sneak
Oh,
in.
Super
yeah,
subtle
pretty
enough,
good.
really.
We went for the sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
What for that? Did you face people above your station? Nah. No, you didn't.
No.
So nothing for that for once, like the first time.
Yeah.
It's kind of the.
Yeah,
Weird.
and you add a rep as well. You killed some gangbangers, I guess.
Mhm.
Your fixer, yeah, add 1 for that too. He has heard that you've done a successful mission, though he's not really involved in any payment there too much.
That was so weird that you actually used her pistol.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
That
a
Ares Predator, it's a nice pistol.
good pistol.
You know what the depressing thing is, Tatina?
Go-to pistol.
Your pistol you pulled out there is like, oh, this is my secondary weapon if I run out of all weapons.
Yeah, and it's like one of the
That
best.
is my
pistols.
primary weapon.
Nah, if her katana got wrong, she would use the whip, and if the whip was out, then she would probably use the. No, she
Yeah,
would
I
use the
said-
fists.
I mean,
Yeah,
you also has your SMG.
I do have Heckler and Koch.
Takes 2 slots, but yeah, you have an
HK
SMG.
227.
I'm just pointing out, like, that is your very, like, final use weapon.
Yeah.
And, like, but that's my primary. It's the best I've got.
Do you have an Ares though?
I do.
Everyone, every Shadowrunner has access to the Ares Predator.
I don't.
No.
What are you
I
talking
don't.
not this
about?
one. The
I
Ares,
have an
the
Ares.
Ares-
I have a
No,
street
it's
line
the
special.
street line special, yeah, that
Ah.
everyone has. But
yeah, I have access to the Ares, but that's my highest weapon I've got. Is the Ares Predator.
Yeah, the Ares Predator is like this huge
it's like a
Desert Eagle,
big-
like
big
mega
Desert
gun.
Eagle, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've actually been using on every mission is the Ares Predator pistol.
Well, it's fine. It's you.
Speaking of which, I need a silencer on that.
I'm just
Well-
happy I've got my taser.
Difficult.
Ziegler!
That
Just-
taser is useful, especially against people who have nerves to tase.
Yeah.
You know?
It is funny you have a taser.
It's the
Eagle.
best.
Yes.
I'm going to need some help making some silencers.
That was
My
very.
my character's true stealth, but no quiet weapon.
It was very difficult to make.
You imagine making it from a machine gun on a drone.
Maybe it won't be so difficult next time. You know.
And we have.
Also, guys, we really badly need to get arsenals. We don't have any.
Yeah, we need arsenals. I agree. Totally agree.
But you have your Ares Antioch.
Yes, I do have my Ares Antioch grenade launcher.
It's a good name for grenade launcher too.
Oh yeah, wonderful. Wonderful.
Also, of course, you've just had sitting there just in case you have them in your backpack as the war crime grenades.
And you have your drones, which have weapons on them too.
And here I am, just with my cocktail
As noted,
kit.
Ziegler technically went in there with 11 equipment slots.
At least you're not like a mage who always get like a staff.
Yeah. A telescopic staff.
Hit
Fucking
people with it.
staff. Ugh. Stupid.
I've got a
Stupid thing.
flashlight.
Turns out that when they get hit by machine guns, it doesn't really help. But oh well.
Also, I must claim something.
Mm-hmm.
First, to actually bank some credit.
Yeah, you have a shitty retirement fund that end up on the street, but you know you have one. Yeah.
I have more retirement fund than these guys.
Hey, no, I've put some away.
Have you?
Look at my sheet.
When did you put them away?
The
I don't
crate
remember you saying.
stash. That was like last time we played Team A.
I don't remember you doing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I made the whole thing as well because there's like a list of what you get, like how good of a living you can have.
Right now, Siegel doesn't have a retirement. He's gonna get killed. Like that's the way he retires at this point.
Yeah, the same with you are.
Admittedly, none of us have enough floors. None of us have even a single floor yet, let alone enough floors to retire.
Exactly.
Chua is not going to retire. That's going to be when she dies.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, just gonna run
gonna
off into the
die.
distance.
Could you imagine
retire,
Chua
it'll be
as
fine.
sleeping being on a beach?
Yeah,
You
she
know-
would sit ramrod stiff in a chair and be
Yeah.
like so uncomfortable there. It's like I don't like this.
You know what I'm seriously dreading though?
What?
Hmm?
The amount mine and Jonas's floors might come up next time when we're going against an AI.
Yeah.
Let's get flaws, yeah.
Because the ship that's I'm sure you're gonna have fun with the fact that we're gonna be blowing up an AI.
I mean,
Well, you know, an AI capable network.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure,
I'm not saying there's actually one in there.
sure.
If so, he wouldn't need to blame anyone for anything. He could
Sure.
just point it out.
Sure, but I'm sure Ziegler's going to be interested in seeing the hardware.
Just run a few tests before.
Meanwhile,
Blow up the fusion reactor.
Ashley might not be able to resist filling the server with Doge.
Oh man, remember when Chua was holding a door open and she was like, "What does this one say?" Because it was Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, sure, that's what it says.
Yeah, I am slightly amused by the idea that once they recover the server we destroy, they're gonna like pull out they're gonna recover like a small fragment of server, they're gonna plug it into just be Doge.
I mean, you used those Doge glasses today to.
I mean, I haven't used my special ability to lower my carbon by 2 in a long time.
Dude.
Because it
Yeah.
hasn't been good situations, dude.
Yeah. So thanks for the session. I hope you guys enjoyed the run.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
It's, against someone who is shittier than you.
It was weird, wasn't it?
It was bizarre.
Yeah.
Like,
And, you know, I
outmatching
think-
them.
So
I think it showed by the fact we just kind of like, oh, you've stuck us to a wall? Nope.
I am
Yeah.
totally into this.
It's kind of funny that I think the scariest that we came up against was a badger.
Yeah. It's true.
But the
I
That
sea
badger was mean. He was a mean badger.
I had
Rich
no
can
alternative
be very strong.
I had no alternative idea to deal with that badger, but then just someone's tased the badger. It's like, well, I'm not going with that idea now.
It's so funny. I hope that's the solution to everything now. It's just
It
the
is,
huge
yeah.
badger monster. It's just, I taste it. Like it's like, oh,
Just-
I know everything. Why?
Like,
What's
I
this
originally had this.
horrible technology.
I originally had this whole like flashback idea to help deal with it, but no, you just taste it.
You know, I
badger
like.
tased it.
It was
I like to,
less effect, hence
yeah.
the 4 o'clock. But you know,
Yeah.
fuck it.
I-
if you taste it enough, shoot it enough, you'll disrupt the spirit eventually.
Yeah,
No,
the idea I was going to propose with a flashback is like since we knew we were going off like mages and stuff, that maybe we had gone to like Duke and gotten like I don't know enchanted knives or something that can kill spirits.
Nah.
I don't think
Taste
he
it.
would agree with that.
You know.
Remember, shamans are like,
I mean,
Like,
mages.
just don't fucking mess with spirits, man. Just be cool. But you're my friend, so fine.
well, maybe we'd be like, oh, these
You know,
mages.
he
something that
gets
can
that
banish-
there can be asshole mages out there. You know, it's
something that can banish evil spirits.
Yeah, release this.
A shaman,
Post.
then.
Yeah. I picture it as...
Could you lend us a shaman for this mission who happens to be waiting around the corner?
I
We
picture
happen
it
to
like
know a really
Vice.
cool shaman
and
called Red X.
everything.
But don't go if you have any electronics, don't go near him.
So you're
I'm gonna
saying
stop
the
the
entire party?
Was that Halldamir?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the stream. And I was also gonna say that I imagine it as Vice, like, comes up against some giant muscular bodyguard and just tases him. It's like Shoe Warrior, but like in man form, and she just tases him. Beautiful.
Man warrior, we call him.
Man Warrior, yeah. And on that note,
It's gonna be, that time will be. Oh, it's too bad we weren't running.